button. Addict, let me know if you see it green on your side. Tweets are out. Waiting for this. All right, say starting on my side.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right. And we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords Podcast and the Lords of Gaming.net, episode number 145. And it's another damn, who broke the glass? It's another glorious Sunday. And we're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm very excited about all our special guests. And we've got Phil Spencer's new competition, RodFergusson leaving TheCoalition, DanHouser leaving Rockstar, and Asobo Studios to talk about. So we're going to get right into it. I want to introduce four ladies of the realm who not only provide a breath of fresh air to the monotony of most gaming podcasts, but also provide a positive atmosphere with a mature female perspective. Introducing the creators and hosts of the GrownWomenGaming Podcast, our favorite ladies of destiny, and the stars of every E3 rooftop party. Live from Cali, Georgia, Washington, and now VA, while making their debut into the realm of the Lords, my girls, Lady Infamous, L Boogie, Delilah HD, and Sharice, Grown Women Gaming. How y'all doing?
We're gonna need you to do that every week.
No doubt, long overdue. Had to get y'all in the realm, the collabo, the realms are united. How y'all doing? Let's start off with a lady, man. What's going on with you and what you been playing? How y'all doing?
Well, hello everyone. You already know Lady Infamous 415. I've been playing South Park, Fractured Butthole, which is I know, right? It's I'm trying to like.
It's a good game though. It's a
good game. I mean, Classy, she's something else. I've been on that Call of Duty Modern Warfare grind. If anybody knows, I love my shooters.
Yes.
And I played a couple PC games like Gary's Mod with Trouble in Terrorist Town. My first time playing. Played with a few mods. Very interesting.
Okay.
Also, I played some Uno.
Oh, you got to take it back old school. You got to take it back old school to Uno. That's right.
Yeah, those rules are different from what I grew up on. What are they doing? But yeah, it's
trouble. Don't you love how all those games, like when you grow up, you find out that like people would cheat and you never knew.
Yeah, they cheat now, and it's 2020, and I'm like,
not to sidetrack, but y'all remember Uno for when Connect with 360 first debut the camera?
They had that came out.
It was very suspect Uno back in the day. Yes. Yo, lady, you know about that Uno after dark?
Yeah, some people, boy, you jump in their rooms, you gotta jump right.
You have to be careful.
Yes.
I bet you on deck, and you have to be careful.
I bet you if you go online and look, there's like reactions to like people leaving those things.
I'm sure you can find video clips somewhere.
Stories to tell. Oh man, shout out to JMO Series Exit to our super chat afternoon. Gents and ladies, happy Lord's Day. Salute. So let's get a lady Sharice. What's been going on with you? What you been playing?
Mortal Kombat. I'm trying to learn how to play with Joker and Sindel since she just popped up, and I am sucking with both right now. I got into that Fantasy Star Online yesterday.
You got in?
Well, not Friday. Not Friday. I got in yesterday morning. I woke up early at like 6:30. Got on at 7, and I played till I got to level 20.
Wow, I was
there.
Fortunate.
If you're in the Insider program, apparently you're able to get them anyway.
Yeah, if you're in the Inside, yeah.
I was having some
and I'm loving it. It's so nostalgic. Like I swear, it's awesome. Like
That's what's up.
I'm gonna have a blast with this game when it drops. And of course,
Wow.
I'm gonna say she hated, man.
She hated early.
But yeah. But and then also I got back on still playing Division and Destiny.
Okay, there we go. Back in the saddle with Destiny. L Bugs, what you been playing?
Apex, and more Apex.
So of course.
Apex. I gotta make a video because like the day before my birthday and on my birthday, I probably got like 10 wins between the 2 days, and they
How's the new character?
So most people are trying to grab him up, but then don't utilize him.
Mm-hmm.
When I play, yeah, he's pretty awesome. He can move really quickly when he's crouched because he's bionic, so no muscles. And he has this ability where he basically turns off everyone else's ability, and then he's also able to bring.
I could see a lot of people that really focus on gunplay.
Yep.
They're just gonna shut everyone's ability off. Now you gotta shoot. How you feel something?
I do. That's exactly what I do. Like I wait until they're all coming at me, and then I throw that down, and then it's like, all right, so
what's up now?
V1, let's get it.
So are you really good at these sticks, or you not good at these sticks?
And then there's another ability that people don't utilize, which he's able to pull up a tomb or a totem, and if you put it up and you die, it brings you right back to the totem.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Right.
So it's like you created your own spawn point almost.
Right.
Nice.
So people don't utilize it.
Around
it. So you have to hold X to enable it. So if everyone isn't around you when you do it and they don't enable it, then they don't get to use it.
Gotcha. That's what's
and
up.
Then you also have to place it in the right place because we found out that if you shoot it while someone else is using it, they all die at one time.
Yeah. Well, all right.
So he's made things very interesting.
Very interesting. So getting the Apex on, that's what's up.
Yeah, and shout out to Respawn. They really coming with the lore.
Yeah, they coming with it. I see the Hammond technology, little Titanfall references. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
It makes you excited for Titanfall 3 because they're like really like integrating the two now.
Good. That's what I want to hear. It gives me hope. That's
now we just need a Titanfall actual.
Yes, so they can shut me up and I can stop complaining.
I want to. Right. One of them's a pilot, and one of the agents, one of the heroes or whatever they call them on there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I'm asking. I can't remember if one of them's a pilot or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So let's get Delilah, Lady Delilah. What's been going on? What you been playing?
So I too have been playing the Phantasy Star Online to it's closed beta, I believe it is. On Friday, I was able to get in, so that's been pretty nice. I also got to level 20, and from that, I was playing straight, so I crashed real hard. Had to catch some sleep, but it was a ton of fun. I also played this week Halo 5, a little bit of Vampire. I'm trying to get into that. Destiny 2 on xCloud, and then also Time Spinner on xCloud.
Of course, that xCloud. That's right. That's what I want. That's what I'm talking about.
I gotta constantly test the product.
You know, I feel you. I know where you at with it. I know where you at. That's what's up. So of course we got the Ladies of the Realm, but of course we got the Four Horsemen ILP collabo going on. Those original Lords of the Realm.
It's kind of funny. There's 4 of them and 4 of them.
I know, this is dope. I love it.
It's like they're our counterparts.
Yeah, this is fire. We have to do it. We have to do it. So you already know I got my co-host, the co-host, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, Lord of Reviews, and the How of the Young Wolf. My man, Lord Addict, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Woke up about 20 minutes ago. Normally I'm up by like 10 a.m. man. I woke up, looked at my phone. I was like, it does not say 12:30 because I like a little time to relax before the podcast. I was like, I gotta get straight up out of bed into this Google Hangout, man.
Someone was up late blazing. That's what that was.
Yeah, I played that Dark Crystal game till like 7 in the morning.
Oh, that Dark Crystal game looked like nice. You talk about the tactics, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm playing.
That's what's up. No doubt. Oh, shout out to Sinra. I'm gonna get to that Sinra. I'm gonna get to that Sinister. Don't worry about. So it's been pretty much that little crystal joint.
That's
the little crystal joint.
It's been that.
He devalued you.
You know how you gotta devalue it. You gotta make it like his game is whack.
That little crystal joint. You playing that?
I never be talking stuff like the Messenger.
I knew he was gonna. He couldn't slam that. I knew he was gonna get me. Yeah. Are you finished, sir? That's been it.
I guess. Well, see, I ain't gonna say too much because you might drive down here over the messages. So.
You know I ride for that, but that's what's up, man. No doubt, and of course, returning our most technical gaming lord, the solo player who lives for the single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, Mr. Offline Profile Illuminati and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank, my man, Lord Sovereign. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, yo? What's going on? I have returned to the realm.
What's going on, man?
I am refreshed.
Very refreshed. despite all these jokes about coronavirus quarantines and things of that nature.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good. I'm back. Chilling, but the same old, working hard.
I know any game. I know you've been doing a lot of work.
I didn't get to play any Star Wars this week, which is making me mad because that Star Wars is fantastic.
Yo, you would have been proud of me, man. I was repping Switch in your honor last week.
I know.
It was real. It was heavy out here in the street. I brought the guns. I had a lawyer and a market data analyst.
Yo, me and Addict butchered them.
Yo, you should have seen that. I was boxing him in the corner.
You can't try to go at home. You can't go at it.
You can't try to go home.
I had to swell Hogue up.
Shout out to Hogue. That's what's up.
So yeah, for some reason, again, all I got to play was some Switch. So I got back into Zelda because I never played the DLC. So I just, you start playing Zelda and that's just a whole another rabbit hole, and you just disappear in that world for hours on end. So I played that, having fun with that. And I got on the GeForce Now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Talk to me.
So let's talk about it.
Okay, I haven't actually gotten to play a game yet. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
It is definitely not as easy up front to get your games up and running. Right. So the whole idea behind GeForce Now is that you're playing the games that you own already, right? So that's one thing where it differs from xCloud, whereas there's no actual service that you're playing games that you wouldn't normally have access to.
Correct.
It's your games that you own, whether on Steam, Epic Game Store, or I believe also the Ubisoft store, something like that.
And they have their own store.
Exactly. So right, you can purchase it directly through there, but beyond that, it's not something on the service you can just play.
Oh, 1 second, so I forgot Def saying with the file super chat. Suspect Uno was the wave. How you gonna say Suspect Uno was the wave? Also, Fantasy Star Online 2 players catch Kuna's concert. It's a full-blown anime concert everyone needs to check out. I don't know what that is, man. Shout out to Suspect Uno. Continue.
So that's cool, but at the same time, there's nothing just on the service you can just try out, right? You have to. It has to be something you own, and it's because when you log in, you have to log into that service to access the game. Right. So it'll take you to the Epic Game Store, it'll take you to Steam to log in, and then you go in through there, right? So I try to do it on my laptop because I'm connected to hardline Ethernet. I want to try it that way first. So it's telling me, first of all. So let me go into Arkham City, right? I own this game. Let me just get in there. So if you're on your laptop through GeForce Now, it asks you to download the game. I'm like, that's not the purpose of this. Why is it asking me to download the game? Like, I just want to play it on the service. So that's something that needs to be rectified, because if whatever you're doing is on the direct device you're using, it's going to ask you. I mean, if it's a computer, it's going to ask you to download it locally, which is ridiculous. So then I try to do it on my phone, right? They have the GeForce Now app for the Android. Try to do that. So I get in there, it loads it up, download the app, whatever. It tells me this game was not made to work with controllers. You have to go in and set up the config. Yes, Batman Arkham City not set up to play with controllers.
There's no issues playing PC though, man. What you talking about? I don't even hear none of this.
Yo, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, Slow-Mo in the chat. He said he's not feeling it too. He said it's only valuable if you're a big PC gamer.
Yeah, that really, I mean, the fact that it's stuff that you own already is fantastic, but these initial hoops to get to your games, and then just the quality of life stuff, like how do you not recognize I have a controller connected?
I didn't have those issues that you're having because I played with the NVIDIA Shield.
Exactly.
So my experience was different. Go ahead, Ken.
If you're playing with the proprietary machines or whatever, like the Shields, it plays flawlessly.
Yeah.
Right.
But then, through none of it recognizes all of that, and
And then when you take it off of their proprietary stuff and you go to something else, that's when I'm hearing the issues come in, because as soon as they said that the GeForce Now, I was like, okay, let me run upstairs and I can turn my stuff on and see what's up. And I didn't have to do the downloads. I didn't have to do none of that stuff. I just turned it on, and then they have this beta system where you can play their games, right? So you can go in, but you're streaming their games. So the streaming is it's seamless. It's great. It's fantastic, and especially on those Shields.
But this is the thing. What it was telling me was that it was not allowing. I already set up for whatever the Founders thing, right? I set up you get 3 months free, and in addition to that, with the Founders, that's where you can access RTX games, which is what I really want to see.
Right.
So the thing about that is that unless you actually own that on one of these other on either Steam or Epic or whatever, unless you own it, it's not letting you just stream it. Even to test it, it's not going to let you do it, which is crazy. So if you're telling me that through Shield it's different, then that's yet.
No, it sound like me. It sound like Microsoft got these dudes boxed out.
They really do. Bro, the ease of use.
Yeah,
it is night and day.
It's night and night and day, but it's just like let me just real quick because my experience is different too. But I've been using it with obviously my Galaxy phone remotely. I was trying Destiny on it, and it's the PC version of Destiny, and man, it was super impressive. It was like 60 frames. It was it. Now I will say this: the interface to get to the game was wonky. Then I did have a problem that Kaibatsu had to fix, that it wouldn't recognize my Xbox One controller. Like it would recognize it, but like the analog functionality wasn't working. Like like when I started the game, my character was just spinning around looking at the ceiling, and I was like, "What is going on?" Like, so no matter what I changed the control, so there's definitely I feel you. So there's some type of controller interface problem. And then getting to the game ain't really simplistic. Once you get it to work, it's fire.
You know what I think's hilarious and what makes our podcast so unique? We were saying before the podcast, we got so much we have to talk about
then
today.
We
and then we go on a complete rant.
We're gonna rant. We're gonna move it on though. You're right. We're gonna move it on. But that's been it, just GeForce issues.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll try to get that fixed. Yeah, and Sin Rob, good for you. It is
he said he going in on you. That's a you problem. That's a you problem.
Yeah, it is a me problem. You come fix it then.
And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the Access Gamer, the Lord of Combat Sports, King of the Statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the Fraud Alert movement. Beloved Lord King, how you doing, sir?
You know what I'm doing.
Woo!
Oh my God. So listen, last night before the fight even happened, right? I was talking
Get ready to lie this on.
Yeah, so yeah.
Get your coffee now.
Listen, Delilah saw the fight, so Delilah can chime in. Yo, so I was telling Cog, I said, something feels off about this fight. I think Jones can lose, right? So when the fight is on and he's fighting, and I think it was round one, he got caught with a jab, hit the floor, and got up.
Yeah.
My head was like, oh no. What's going on here? Yeah. He looked a little bit too swollen. I don't know. He was just off. I don't even know how the hell he got the decision, to be honest with you. Because I saw, oh boy, it was like a mirror of himself, but younger. Right? But not as good, because Bones in his prime is incredible. And what Cog was telling me is he can't get up, for these dudes that really don't move his needle.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. But at the same time, that's how you get caught slipping. Yeah. And I thought yesterday, oh boy, got caught slipping.
Yeah. It was. Listen, I mean, I had rounds 1 through 3 to raise easily. Yes. Now, yes, 4 and 5, Bones won, and the wrestling. But even so, dude was getting back up. I think where dude hurt himself in the judge's eye was that in the 5th round, I think he should have. He really was. He was just surviving, kind of.
That could have been a 10-8 round.
And that could have been, and I think that what hurt him. But one judge was bugging. They had it like 4 rounds to 1. I'm like, nah, I can't get down with that type of time. But no, I feel you. It was a good fight, though. I have to admit. It was a good fight. And Bones, he definitely came on strong. Like to see the rematch. I don't know what's going on, but I agree with you.
No, it's not going to be no rematch.
Yeah, he probably going to move on.
So what you talking about moving up?
Yeah, he's going to heavyweight. He's going to fight Madison Square Garden. That's going to be what it is.
I don't know if them big dudes, he ain't all that. Yeah, all that when he get hit and he doing that ain't going to work. When them big, when the Ngannou and them is on you, like all that, that's not it.
He's going to fight somebody very tailor-made for him, a heavyweight, probably be his last fight. But what he did was he got the 14 in a row.
Yeah.
His joint was solidified there. All right. So going on to heavyweight, he's going to get those big bucks when he comes to Madison Square Garden. Hopefully we can go watch the fight.
Yes, sir.
And I honestly think that's it for him after that. I think he's going to really walk away after that.
He might jump out. That's what's up. Anything you've been playing, sir?
Oh, well, definitely playing Destiny.
No doubt.
Definitely playing Children of Mortar. The Last Jedi, Fallen Jedi. And I downloaded a couple of games off of Game Pass. Now, what I don't like dudes are not talking about, because I play Youngblood. Shout out to Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer for doing that for me. I saved my money. Thank you, Phil. Who did that for you? Phil did that
But
for
who
me.
did that for y'all in the chat, y'all?
Yo, because and you know what? I didn't know what Solomon was talking about. I know it's a little bit different, but they little weaklings, they're little kids, they're young, so they enthusiastic about the things. They was scared she was throwing up, she killed somebody, threw up.
That was the best part.
Oh yeah, that part was fine to me. That part felt like Wolfenstein. That was fantastic. It was, and I know you would like the destinification of the game. They turned it into Destiny, you know. So that,
but the best part about it is it's not Wolfenstein. It's its own little thing.
It's like a run and gun with a co-op aspect to it. Me and El Boogie have played, and it is great. There's a couple of glitches like in the game, but all in all, it's I enjoyed that experience.
The geeky nerd on your neck again. The geeky nerd on your neck. He said, if you wasn't gonna buy it anyway, is it really saving money?
Yeah, well, see, this is it. This is the funniest thing.
You got a point there. If you weren't gonna buy it, is it saving money?
Oh wait, hold on.
Will my hood,
Will me, brother.
For that $100
wow, $100 super chat.
My man Will.
My man Willie in the building, man.
I love how he always be doing like crazy super chats, and he would be really sadie. He'd be like,
say
morning, what's
something,
up?
give us some words of wisdom for the morning.
It's like he's that guest that just walks in and just like shakes his head at you and sits down. Like,
come sit in the front of the church. We got the
the
first pew.
He said sit in front.
Yeah, you gotta come down to the first pew. We need to get the collection plate going.
I know you didn't. I was like, you didn't have a collection plate.
Listen, we gotta get Wilby to the front.
Well, check this out. Check this out.
There you go. He playing Zombie Army 4. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, Wilmy. That's what's up.
Is it saving money if I wasn't gonna buy it anyway?
Yeah, geeky nerd on you.
All right, check this out. I knew it was coming to Game Pass, Goofy. So the fact that I knew it was coming to Game Pass is because it was on that Summer Jam screen. I done told you people, anytime something's on that Summer Jam screen, filler, it's already in the contract, dude. If you see it up there, it's coming in there. I was not going to be the fool that's going to pay the money and I knew it was coming and I was going to save my cash. I'm going to save my cash. Don't try to shame me for saving my bucks, baby. I'm going to save my bucks and I'm going to waste my bucks on stuff that I know that wasn't on the Summer Jam screen.
Put the pocket watching in the chat, y'all.
Why are you watching my wallet? Check this out. How about that for you?
I mean, you was watching Ho's wallet last
It's your pocket watching. Oh my god.
But the pocket watching in the chat, y'all. There we go. Shout out to Gigi. It's all good. It's all good. Right? Oh, they ain't going in right now.
They don't pocket watch you pay for the bill.
You gonna watch? You gonna stay out my pocket, brother?
Anyway, you already know it's me, LordCognito, the gaming ninja.
Like, look, I'm just curious. Who made these icons?
Shout out to Graphic God. Yeah, shout out to Graphic God.
That's my
absolutely. Yeah, we can't. It's an
That's
epidemic.
hilarious.
It's an epidemic going on, y'all. GWG, I'm telling y'all, it's people watching other gamers' pockets.
That's right. Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer did that for me. He allowed me to save my bucks, sir.
Yo, shout out to Seven Goes. He said, King's wallet don't look like mine. Yo, so for me, I'll make it quick, man. I mean, to try to get into Fantasy Star online. I got to talk about that, GWG. We got to talk about something.
Yes,
we can talk about that.
Being that, there's predominantly, shout out to Attic, but it's predominantly men and women of color on this panel. And I was looking at the options.
Predominantly.
Attic said, excuse me.
I'm the only white person. I mean, it's not like no one knows.
You from West. Listen, he's from West Virginia. He black.
Shout out to
I'm
Attic.
not from you.
But listen. So it's like
I get what you was trying.
I was looking at the character creating options, and I don't know if you saw the skin tone options or lack thereof. And I just felt that it should be more representation for my skin tone because I didn't see it.
Skin tone options were there. I mean, you could change it as dark as you want to put it, but it was just that they didn't have the facial feature options, like as far as hair, eyes, nose, stuff like that.
Y'all was on that Monster Hunter dipped in chocolate.
There we go. There we see. I knew Al was gonna say it because I'm like, why are we all dipped in chocolate? Like, what's up?
Say no afros, slick hair.
Like not only is our skin tone different, our facial features are different as well.
Yeah, so we gotta holler at Sega and their
from their aspect of it, what they're trying to say is that that they are mixed babies, right? And these babies are actually mixed with, Asian and, African American. And there you go. That's you. You represented this.
I feel like this is going somewhere.
Shout out to Shrew King.
Right.
I mean, shout out to he said it's the Philly Eagle. It's the anime. Unfortunately, that's the standard. Jonathan beat the disrespect. Slow mo.
I don't think like the Japanese, like I don't think they really care about stuff like that, because I feel like a lot of like their games particularly have that issue, and they're just like, deal with it.
Yeah,
Like so.
You're absolutely right.
Our games
I had the same issue with Astral Chain. And I was just
I wonder it
wasn't enough maybe
it's just because like their culture don't see that too often. Like
I agree with you, Attic, because when you go over there as a black person, they be like you in a zoo. Like they're like, ooh,
what's up? How you doing?
Right. And a lot of people
we got a real
somebody famous. Yeah, like
so just hopefully
you have to stop that. You're gonna have to stop that, kid.
No, listen, I love that saying, and I don't care.
Moving on. But that's all I gotta say on that. And obviously the GeForce beta, I was rocking that for a little bit and stuff like that. And of course, Destiny, getting my Fractaline on. Imperium Foundation Trials is coming back.
That is
so I gotta contribute, baby, because Trials is coming back. It's gonna be lit next season, so I'm ready for that.
Did you well, being that I watched your the podcast with you and Ubantis, right? Did you maximize it? Yeah, did you go down to all your little towers down?
I went down there, put all the fractaline in the joint, so my resonance rank is high. It creates more fractaline on a week to week joint, and I mean it's good. We just want to see how much the community is going to.
What I feel is I feel a lot of people aren't watching The Last Word to get the last word on Destiny too. And I think if they actually did watch The Last Word, they will understand how the fractaline works, because a lot of people was hitting me in the DMs like, yo, because you play Destiny, you need to know. And I just hit them with the last word. Just go to the last word.
I like that flex.
Like I know. You understand? I'm just saying, just my opinion of it. It's very easy. And if you look right here, like if you look at the panel right there, it says the last word right there. And it's right.
There it goes.
All you gotta do is click it after the show. Just go ahead and watch it.
Much appreciated. Free promo from the king. You already know. So now we got all that straightened out. We got to blaze through this real quick. We got to pay the bills. We unfortunately did not pay the bills last week. Sov is back. The Iron Bank is back. So Sov, you want to take care of this real quick?
Yes, sir. We're going to run through our patrons and say thank you to everyone. We really appreciate it. We're going to go through our patrons. Patreon patrons first, and then, of course, our YouTube subscribers. So first up, of course, Lord J. Meds, thank you so much, my brother. Then we have the forever patron, Lord Corey Leidick, always in our hearts.
What ain't you foul? He said, Cog is partially light-skinned. We left out $2 super chat. Yo, you stupid. You, what away? You are so slevin'. You so stupid. Continue.
Shout out to Lord Whiskey, always in our hearts, of course, the forever patron. Then we got Lord Slow-Mo Backslap, followed by HB33.
Yes.
Lord Nintendo Direct.
Ow.
Lord QX7 Masters.
QX7.
Lord Novocaine, get at me, please. I still owe you Teespring and have not answered me.
Yes.
So let's do
prize
this.
Money.
Yes, sir. And then we have Lord Fastback 6768.
NLG.
Lord Stitch 6669.
No switch topics. You're lucky. Continue.
None today. Then we have Lord Vagabundo. Thank you so much. Lord Gaming Forte.
Oh, Forte the
followed by Undead 3X.
My man, Lognet.
Then we had Lord Lynchpin. Yes. Followed by Lord Eliad Shlomovich.
Oh, Eliad. He gets busy. He's a lawyer.
And our newest patron, Lord Sifu Poetic X Initiative. Thank you so much.
Boy got bars in his name. He got massive.
For sure.
Continue.
and we got the Wall of Bill, Lord Bill Stillwell.
The Great Wall. So brother.
Sammy Prescott, of course. Lord
Bruh.
Chancleta himself.
Lord Flip Flop.
Wow. Lord Monkey Punch himself, our very first patron.
Chicago's own. What's up?
Yes, sir. The Lord of the Stream Team, Lord Snaldo.
Yes.
My guy.
Lord Colbera, thank you so much, my brother.
Separate says, Addict, drop the Patreon link in the chat. He's asking.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Followed by Lord Tazuichi.
Tazuichi. Yes, we gave you the fight talk, Tazuichi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next up, Lord Jameson, a.k.a. Jay Pereira.
That's right. Roundtable reviews.
And last but not least, of course, our brother from across the pond, Lord Death Singer.
That's what's up. Sorry, I sent you that invite to the podcast by mistake. Sorry.
Yo, Def, you definitely have to do that PUBG.
Yeah, that's what's up.
The link's in the chat for
whoever goes. The Patreon is in there. Thank you. So let's get these prizes, right?
Well, we got to go through real quick.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Subs.
Our YouTube subs. Thank you so much. Our newest subscribers. So thank you so much. First up, we have Lord Bed-Stuy's Finest. Thank you.
Ooh, salute.
Followed by Philly Eagle.
Yes.
Philly Phil.
Then we have the Blue One.
Yes. Not the red one, but the blue one.
The blue one.
Cedric H with the $10 super chat. I will listen to later. Got to get back to work. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Indeed.
And we have Lord Phantom Kraken, a.k.a. Johan Zell. Thank you. Sleepy Goblin 2D.
I love that name.
Wow.
I love that name.
The 2D version. The 2D version.
Not
Not the 3D
version, not the 3D.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't act up.
Then we have Lord Night Music.
I love that too.
Night
Music.
Yeah, why my name sucks and their names are so hot?
Continue.
And we have Gamer by Choice.
Oh, that's my favorite right there.
Nobody gonna force him to be a gamer.
No one tell him what to do. He's a gamer by choice.
Then we have the Double Dipper Lord Stitch 6669.
Switch gang. Switch gang.
Don't worry, it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off.
Then we have Lord Jonathan B.
Oh, that's the homie.
My guy.
Funniest
Down,
game.
Then we have Pixel Bit G.
Pixel Bit. Salute.
Yes.
Once again, a Double Dipper. Thank you so much, Lord Gaming Forte.
Woo. No doubt. Thank you, Forte. Tech Talk in the building. 150 watt. Please hit that like, y'all. Thank you so much.
That's right. Shout out to the Cali team.
That's right.
Gaming Forte is in the compound, baby.
What's up?
And we have the king of the stream team, Lord Snaldo. Once again, double dipping. Thank you, my brother.
PD. Salute.
Right.
Restored Hades. Thank you, man.
Salute.
We have Lord Titus Wright.
Boy, boy. I mean, y'all really thought these names out, huh?
Moving along.
We have Lord Jimmy Johns. Thank you so much. And we have an original Iron Lord, Lord Zero ILP.
My God.
Brother.
My God. Shout out to Clutch Man with the $2 super chat. Have a great show with GWG. No Captain Game Pass intro king. That's what he said.
Yeah, we gotta switch that up. We definitely do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I might have to throw that in on there. Continue.
You're gonna need some superhero music for that one.
Yeah,
especially these guys out here trying to shame me. Not gonna happen, baby. Phil did it for me.
we have Lord Temper's son. Thank you for the support.
Salute.
And of course, double dipping again, our brother from across the pond, Lord of Empires, Death Singer himself.
Salute, brother.
All right, let's get into these giveaways.
Let's get back to the community. Let's give it back.
Oh, here we go.
So this $10 gift card giveaway is the first one we're going to do, and it goes to Lord Fastback 67.
Fastback.
Hey,
that's what's up, Fastback.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please get at me in the DMs, por favor.
Yes. What else we
All
got?
right. $20 gift card giveaway.
All right.
So let's go. Hold on. And the winner is.
We'll get that 20. That 20.
Lord Iliad Shlomovich.
Oh, Iliad. He's a first time. He's a first time winner.
That's right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Look at Death Singer. He ain't win. Now it's rigged. You see how they act? You see how they play? When they don't win, it's rigged now. Solve's rigging it.
It's rigged.
It's rigged. Salute, Iliad. Please reach out to Solve. Jonathan be rigged. Y'all out of control, Stitch. Look at the fraud alerts. Yo, they got bad fraud alerts. Yo, y'all out of control. It's funny when they don't win, but when they win, it's legit.
It's working in my favor.
and Nova, be sure to reach out to Sovereign about yours.
Yes, please. Yeah, guys, listen, man, maybe some of you need to really stop and think about how often that bag is being dropped off.
The Iron Bank needs to be greased.
Exactly. You know how this works. If your name hasn't come up for some time, maybe you need to sit back and think that over.
Jonathan B said impeach Solve. Continue.
That's a you problem.
Saul's been waiting all day to say that.
Yes.
But not
an peach Saul. Wow.
Oh, hold on.
Yes,
Jameson, Lord Jameson, with the $20 super chat. Just for Stitch. Cog, my son Javi just turned 4. Is he old enough for me to get him a Switch yet? Please explain thoroughly in the bottom Stitch. You know what? Yo, Jameson, I think you're on to something. I think you need to get him maybe that Switch Lite. You know what I'm saying? And Stitch will give you some good advice on what games to get, man. He's a connoisseur of the Switch. So
I don't know if this is sarcasm or Switch really plays the Switch.
Yo, Jameson's not in trouble.
No, he does not play the Switch.
I didn't know. That's why I needed to be updated on the information.
You don't see him putting that fraud alert up there?
Yeah,
look, Jamie. Stitch can tell you everything about the Switch.
Exactly. Meanwhile,
he knows what games are on it. He knows everything about that platform. He likes that more than I do.
Let's do the big winner song.
He's gonna cancel his
sub. I know we keep borrowing at this rate. Let's do the big winner.
Okay, the Teespring. Let's go to our Teespring giveaway. And the winner of our merch Teespring giveaway is
We'll get the drip.
Oh, Lord Death Singer.
We're gonna have to redo that.
Nah, you know what he said? If they say rig, can we like rescind it and then like give it to someone else? Can we do that? Is that in the rules?
That would absolutely be rigged.
Dope.
It's probably gonna cost more to ship it than whatever you buy.
This is up.
Look at Tech Talk. Look at Rig, yo, y'all out of control. Yo, salute Def. Yo, that's what's up. Now you can put the front lights away. So we good?
Yeah. Thank you guys for all your support on both fronts. We really appreciate it. Again, go to that Patreon if you want to support us there. If you guys want to support us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button at the bottom of the stream. It's right there. You get all the emojis. You can pocket watch all you want.
Yes.
Oh, and the fact that we're going to PAX, you're going to have a ton of video. You're going to have early access to all our videos that we're going to be putting up. I'm just looking at our calendar, and boy, oh boy, we're going to be having 3 teams running. Remember, we're all media. So
I saw that flex. I saw the flex.
He's like that one time though. I know who you are.
Yeah, I already know what you're doing. Continue.
For those little yeah, there it is.
It's getting real messy. Lady is getting real messy in here right now. Continue.
It's your boy.
Moving on, King.
Right now.
Would you like to let the subscribers know what they would get with this coverage?
Yo, but check it out. Y'all going to have a ton of stuff to look at. We're going to be uploading daily, and we might have a little treat for you guys as far as giving you our impressions. Like at least one of those days, you're going to get a short podcast to get our impressions on what we see, what we like, and stuff that you should be looking out for.
No doubt. Shout out to Seven Ghost. Thank you, brother, for subscribing to the Patreon today. Wow. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate it. So, you good completely? Can we move on?
Yeah, we're good. Fantastic.
All right, no doubt. So now we got the Iron Bank, all that good stuff out the way. Finally, what the Lords have been playing. I want to start with the Ladies of Grown Women Gaming. So I think both L Boogie and Delilah have kind of sort of gotten the royal treatment before. I think L Boogie was episode 81, and Delilah obviously with round table with the stream team with Slavo.
Yes.
You know, so
how you know what number it was?
Because you know.
Because research.
Brother gotta take his notes.
Don't let Cognito lie. He got a list of everything.
Everything. Gotta be detailed. So you know we got that going on.
We got a stick.
He got his
Here we go. Get him. Stitch
on.
gonna rebut. Here we go. Continue. Somebody get Stitch.
I'll get it. So we got a $5 super chat from Stitch. If you want to give him out problems, let him hit him a Switch 420 and 720p really hurt those eyes. Also, make sure he uses some kind
heat
of
protection.
Heat protection.
All right, that was funny. He even got James.
You know what? Cognito did it. You know what, Stitch? You're on to something. I completely agree with you.
Yo, he got that Stitch hating is in his blood, man. It's in his blood right there. So we gonna move on. So, like I said, we got those histories. So I wanted to focus on two ladies in the room I don't know as much about with their video game system history. So let's start with Lady Infamous and Lady Sharice first. And I want to start off Lady Infamous. What were some of the first video game systems you had, and what kind of got you into gaming?
I grew up in the hood, so with I grew up not owning one, going to other people's houses and enjoying their games. And when my mom finally got me one, it was the Nintendo, the original Nintendo, red, black, and gray. She gave me a couple of Game Boys. I said a couple because, yes, a couple. I acted stupid with the first one, and she had to give me another.
Take it with you in the bathtub. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to
No,
Tech Talk.
trading it for a pack of pencils. I was stupid.
What?
Wow.
Oh, they finessed you.
Yeah.
Oh, they finessed you, girl.
Oh, we had to take you back outside. We going back outside.
I know, man.
Yeah. That's what you tell your parent, like, it was him. You got to point them out to the parent.
Yes, exactly.
Shout out to School's Tech Talk for
My God.
going into the Lord's
my
bronze. Every member in there put an IOP logo in there.
That's
welcome
right.
the new
Shout out.
Yo.
Welcome your new member.
Yes, thank you so much. And the more we get, the more emojis we give y'all. So thank you. Continue, lady. I got to hear about this Game Boy story. Continue.
Okay, no. I mean, just multiple Game Boys. Later down the line, I grew up like going to the arcades because I used to stay by the mall. The mall had a movie theater. The movie theater had an arcade. Me all day playing every arcade stand I could find until I could afford to have one of my own. And I'm like a full grown adult now, so I went and got me
What you got?
an Xbox 360 Elite Black. 2 copies with 2 games. One was Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Dante's Inferno, and the rest of it. Now I have like the PS4, the Xbox, the PC, and the Switch. So I'm blessed.
That's what's up. So you come full circle. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna get to that point when I'm gonna own all these consoles.
So you're not trading your stuff in for pencils no more.
I swear.
You ain't ever gonna let it down.
No, that's okay though. That's all right because I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip them pack of pencils right now. Because 2020 you get finessed.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you because I got some pencils upstairs. If you just want to get rid of that
Stop it.
Stop. You want to get rid of that PC,
Stop it. No doubt. That's what's up.
I'm really like a shooter. I like my shooters and my RPGs. There's like my top 2 games. You'll always see me with playing Call of Duty. Everybody put me on Destiny. Destiny 1 that now has me like kind of like sometimes I don't want to play Destiny, but then sometimes I want to, and then when I do play, I play for a long time. You already know I'm on the Iron Lords clan on Destiny 2.
Yes, we all are actually.
We all are.
Yeah.
I know, I am too. Remember, I sent my case on Twitter, and they let me in.
I sent you that invite.
Just give me
one
second. Shout out to
Eternal
Eternal Shaddai for being in the realm. Definitely the members, hit these people with that iron.
Put that shield up in there.
Put that shield up, y'all. Put the shield up.
Another member of the realm. That's my other combat talk.
We got fun emojis we sitting on. The more members we
I see it. I see it. I try to play everything. Like everything I play, I ain't gonna like, but at least if I try, at least I can try,
No, that's what's up. A lot of rich history, a lot of varied history. That's what's up. So, Lady Sharice, let's get you going. What were some of the first video game systems you had? What got you into gaming?
My mother actually got me into gaming. She was like, here, you basically sit to yourself too much. Here's an NES. Go play it.
What? Shout out to moms. That's what's up.
Mom,
here's an NES. I wish my mom said something like that.
My mom didn't do that. My mom shut me down.
Yeah, my mom shut all that down.
My mother was cool. Like we used to play together Tetris and Mario. She used to sit on Sunday morning. We eat our grits and we'll play video games like half the day.
Wow.
Salute the moms. That's what's up.
My mom's loving you.
That's what's up.
Yeah, hey, only child, baby, only child.
Yeah, we are. Me too. Yeah. That's only child life. That's what's up. My policies do that.
Yeah, so y'all know
that's the policy. One child life.
So,
what is this?
So then she upgraded me to a Genesis.
Okay.
And then we used to play Mortal Kombat together. Scorpion.
Wait, hold on. I gotta back you up, Sheree. Your moms allow Mortal Kombat, the bloody version, Genesis in
She
the
the only
house?
kid. She was telling
My
her
mother-
But that was that was a controversial
you remember when the
version.
movie came out and my mother took me and my friends.
Oh,
to
your
go see
mom's
this.
gangster. Salute to your moms.
And there was another group of kids in the theater, and she got pissed off because they were still talking.
I'll never forget.
To her man,
What?
and she called the usher on him.
I
My
had
mother, like, does
Shout
not
out for
play.
your mom snitching.
I actually had when it came to what's that game called? It was an M-rated game. I think it was Morrowind. I think it was Morrowind. But I'll never forget. I had my cousin because I was like 15 or something at the time. And she she didn't really like buying M-rated games or anything. I'll never forget, like, because normally you go in there, they don't really say nothing. They're just okay, here's your game. I must have got like that uptight dude because he was like, this is rated M, and I'm sitting there looking at it.
That's the dude snitching at the table at the end.
I'm sitting there looking down. I was like, well, that was fun. I guess I'm not playing nothing. Yeah. And then she's like, no, it's fine. I think okay, I'm good. He's like. And then he started naming why it's rated M.
Yeah, he was hating.
Oh, man, wow.
Yo, real quick, Sharice, I just want to add, shout out to Philly Eagle, $5 super chat. Shout out to the Full Swing. I can relate. That's what's up. Salute. So continue. So Mortal Kombat. Wow, this is crazy.
That's deep. She gave you the bloody version too. That's crazy.
So Genesis, and then by high school time, I kind of stopped playing because life got in the way, and people told me that girls couldn't play video games, and I was like.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
They
was like, then it was like, boys aren't gonna like that because you're video games. Then I realized I had breasts, and like boys like that more, and I was like, I'm good.
I like that you just slid that in there.
I like that. I like that.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's it was my auntie.
I found out
boys
boys like breasts more than they like video games.
Wow.
My auntie told me that. She was like, baby, you got boobs. They're not gonna care if you play video games. And I was like, bet, auntie. And so I saved up my money.
She steered
got
you
me a
wrong.
Dreamcast.
Oh, you got the Dreamcast?
I had a Dreamcast all through the rest of high school. Went off to college. Some kind of got it into with an Xbox, the original Xbox, and I've been.
Shout out to you not listening to Auntie. That's right. That was the best decision that you did. Did not listen to Auntie.
Her auntie told her it doesn't matter if you like video games. You got boobs, girl. They don't like you regardless.
It matters. It matters that you play games. Trust me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Continue, Sharice.
So yeah. So
to you, King, man.
I've had an Xbox, a 360. Now I'm on the Xbox. One X. I got a Switch. I finally bought that piece of shit PlayStation 4.
Language.
This is her first PlayStation.
Language.
Wait. So hold on. We gotta back you up. We gotta back you up, Sharice, for a second. Hold on. Why no Sony no PlayStation 1? No PS2?
I've never owned a PlayStation at all.
Wow.
I mean, never mind. I'm gonna let that joke go. Okay.
you know what it is? Is that okay? So I can understand why you disgruntled with it because you don't have no ties to it. So
none whatsoever.
Yeah, so if you had a PlayStation 1 or a PlayStation 2 or some ties to it, then you'll probably have a different feel for it. And if you play multiplayer games and stuff like that, your Xbox is going to talk to you a whole lot more.
I can't let it go. I'm feeling away, Sharice. I'm feeling like there was nothing, not one title during the PlayStation, no Final Fantasy 7, nothing ever moved you to say, you know what, I might want to check this out. Nothing?
Nope.
Damn.
So fun fact, real quick. Sharice and I went to college together, and that's the only console we played. That's the only console we played was Xbox throughout that time. So
see,
it was yeah.
No,
so
blame Delilah for this.
Oh, so Delilah, unicorn.
Maybe. Possibly.
Maybe.
So this was Delilah. Was this the indoctrination going on in college?
I like how.
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of, because I was one of the only people in my entire dormitory that had like a Xbox, right?
Now
like
you talking about the OG? Oh, so y'all going to LAN parties with the Halo?
It's the
OG.
OG.
Here.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So yeah, OG. I was connecting people's networks, trying to get everybody to play Halo.
You see, IT on, girl. She was getting her IT on early. I like that.
Don't let this woman lie to you. She's connecting those up so she has more victims than Halo.
Hey,
now. Hang them high, baby. Hang them high.
Hang them high. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But So I understand why Sharice, kind of when she switched over to OG Xbox, that was think about it, Dreamcast directly to OG Xbox.
Yeah,
that's
it was like
kind of around the time we met.
Yeah.
Okay, so it makes sense.
I think I even bought my original Xbox used. I think I got it from a pawn shop because I didn't even know if I wanted it.
And we all bought from pawn shops too.
I told you about these
college
pawn
students.
shops. Y'all better stop playing, man. These pawn shops is real. Get out there and patron these pawn shops. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Oh man,
They
it's
used to kill
college
them.
though.
I-
It's
I-
college,
I-
so.
I remember my mom when I was like 11 or 12 or something like that. She got some money back from my dad, and I remember convincing her to stop at a pawn shop because I knew I was about to talk this woman into buying me a PlayStation. and I left there with a PlayStation.
Hold 1 second. Shout out to King James and $10 super chat. What's going on, everyone? Epic show right here. Salute. So at least you finally in the Sony ecosystem with the PlayStation 4 though. There was something in the PlayStation.
What did you play?
What'd you pick up?
I super Spider-Man,
Nice.
God of
Yes.
War, and what's the one? The Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
Oh, so you played everything they had. That's it. You're done.
Oh my God!
Stop. That's right. Just shout out to you. Shout out to you.
I gotta respect that. You know what, King?
Everything they got.
You know what, King? You know what,
That
King?
was petty.
I think you're onto something.
That was petty. Shout out to
She
Def
played
Singer.
everything they had.
Shout out to Def Singer, £2 super chat. He said, shout out to Sharice. Xbox is the best.
Thank
Yo,
you,
y'all
Lord.
petty.
Yes, it is.
Y'all so petty.
Well, I mean, she named literally all their games.
I did, wait. I take it back. I did find on the low. I found Persona 5, and like that right there. Like honestly, that's the only reason to have a PlayStation. Like for weird shit like that.
Oh,
Like,
well,
that's
it's
it.
Sunday. It's Sunday. We're not
language,
gonna curse.
language, Sharice, the Lord's name, the little
My bad,
Lords.
sorry.
It's all
Yeah,
good. It's all
look
Bad
good.
on the deacon's wife.
It's all good. So then we got those two in, no doubt. So I want to ask
yes.
any person could answer this from GWG as far as Grown Women Gaming, the movement, and just like coming together. Like, how did that whole process start? Any one of you guys can answer.
Lady.
Oh man. Okay.
Definitely a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be me.
All right, lady, let's go.
Like 5-6 years ago, I just got my system and I wanted to look for content creators of color. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw some, and I was like, yeah, we got some gamers out here. But then I was like, where the ladies at though?
Facts.
So I first saw Rima the Beast on Twitch, and she was like a Call of Duty streamer, and I was like, yeah, that's something that I'm trying to get into. So as I start being a content creator, I said, you know what, I need to find a space that grown women can be able to have their space and play video games and to be themselves. And it was just me at the beginning. And when I started to pitch this idea to females in the like the social media aspect of who I know and who they know and who they know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Some was with it but wasn't fully committed. Some was like didn't fit the demographic that I was looking for. I wanted people genuine that love video games and
Facts, the passion
and a place that you can kick it at. A place you can kick it at. I first met it was El Boogie 0208. She found me through modern Grown Man Gaming.
Okay.
And she checked me out, and then we started doing Grown Women game nights on Fridays.
Okay.
So we used to play Battlefield, we used to play Call of Duty, we used to play Friday the 13th, we used to play Destiny.
Salute.
And then I knew Delilah for a minute. And she wanted me to step my game up on it for her to be interested. And I was like, I got you.
Right.
No problem. Because I can understand. I knew Delilah before, but I know she ain't no BS type of female. So she's not going to be associated with anything.
She's not going to put her name attached to something unless she sees a commitment. I feel that. Good.
Okay. So I was, so I was like, let me show her. So we Grown Women
I gotta
Gaming.
read that super chat. Hold on. I gotta read that super
Yo,
chat.
he is like, oh my God, he's going hard for
Lord
Sharice.
Emperor Death Singer. I think Sharice broke Mr. Hart's heart.
Oh.
Yeah, Christopher Hart is our like hardcore PlayStation, in the chat. So when you said that, all love affair went out the window with you.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, Mr. Hart.
Man. No doubt. Shout out to Frogs.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Frog. File super chat. That's what's up. Ultra Reset Podcast in the building. Shout out to the Gaming Suge Knight King, David. Don't always agree with your gaming talk, but your combat talk is always on point. Hey, late. Oh, salute.
Hey.
Thank you,
Frogs,
man.
Salute,
Thank
man.
you,
Much
brother.
love, brother. Much love, man. Salute to the team.
Did you get the one above that?
Yeah, I think. Who else we got?
No,
Oh yeah,
that's,
get that. Get Cyrus. Get Cyrus.
Glory and Wasteland.
We got a $2 super chat from Cyrus. He said, "Did anyone call it the Ori and Wasteland CE? I don't know what that CE is.
Champion Edition.
Champion Edition. It's really called the Champion Edition?
Yeah.
They're running
That started with Street Fighter. CE was Champion Edition.
Yeah.
See, but I don't play fighters, so I don't know anything about that.
Oh, yeah, that would explain me busting your butt. But
I mean, obviously, if I don't play it, you're gonna win.
well, I mean, you the one that challenged
Oh,
me in
you're
that
trying
game.
to talk about this
Moving
Naruto
along
thing. I
to-
won that, King. I don't care where you throw
Along
this
to the
narrative.
history of grown women gaming.
That's John Bones Jones.
We like bring it back.
Yeah, let's bring
Okay,
it. Let's
no
bring it
problem.
back, lady. Continue. So you was like,
So-
Sharice was like, look, I mean, not Sharice. Delilah was like,
Delilah.
look, you gotta,
Yeah,
I want to see
Yeah,
some
we
seriousness
put
first.
some work in. So what I did was me and L Boogie, we started doing like game nights first,
Dope.
and then me and Delilah
Mhm.
and L Boogie, we started the first episode of Grown Women Gaming on GRG.
Salute to
Shout out
GRG.
GRG.
K Mega 108
Yes.
100
Yes.
crew.
Yes.
Mhm.
So after that, we moved from GRG
Mhm.
to our own individual Grown Women Gaming channel on YouTube,
Nice.
and we just pushed everything there.
Mhm.
My girls are my rock. I
Woo.
could never ask for a group of girls like them. I'm gonna be
That's
honest
what's
with you
up. That's
guys.
what's up.
Um, and now we
Wait, hold on. When did Sharice come in? I ain't Sharice debut.
Oh, Sharice,
Sharice was me. Sharice was all me. Like, so we were constructing the show. I was like, man, you know, my homegirl Sharice, she's hardcore.
Okay.
You know, and so I really want to get her in on the show as well. I felt like she played way more than I do. I was at that point in my life, I was trying to get things together, running around a lot, and so I wanted to make sure I had somebody that I knew that was authentic and was really about these games. Because the biggest thing is we wanted to make sure that we were targeting like a hardcore crowd. A lot of people have a perception of women that play games as being like casuals. I'm like, no, we really do this. Let me get Sharice in here, and so everybody just clicked. I mean, Sharice can kind of speak for herself on this. I mean, so.
I guess Sharice. So, what was Sharice coming into it? Like, what was your feeling? You know, now once you became a part of it with Delilah, and then meeting L Boogie and Lady, like, what was your feeling on that coming together?
Initially, I was scared as I don't know what. I've never done a podcast before. I've never done anything online. I've been streaming. I've been playing games now almost, I don't know, 20 something odd years, if not more. In my local community, I help with IT problems, but I've never been on a larger scale such as this. And so Delilah texts me out of the blue. She's like, "Hey, can you do this right Friday?" I didn't know what day it was, and I was like, "Sure. What are we doing?" And she's like, "Oh, it's just me and some friends, and we're doing a podcast." And I'm like,
That's
just
true
get on your
friendship
computer.
right there. Like,
And-
commit
oh,
to
man,
a
I'm
date
telling
where
you.
you don't even know what's going on.
Sharice, I'm telling you, Sharice has always had my back on every little venture, everything I try to do. I'm like, I knew she.
That's what's up.
Sorry, my phone going off. I knew that she would support me, and with anything I try to do, that's my sister, man.
That's
Like,
That's
we've
love.
known her forever, and
I shut down the house. I was like, okay, Delilah said I had to be here at a certain time. I'm here. I got my headphones. We're good.
Let's go.
I just need to, and let's go.
That's
and
what
that
I'm
was
talking
it.
about. That's what
I
I'm
told and we've been here ever since.
I respect that. And I love what you guys said about, you just didn't want to, go half in. You want to go all the way. And then the thing is, I love the hardcore aspect because dispelling that whole myth that, these girls ain't playing these games. Like, y'all get busy. L, I already know. Your resume.
Yeah, L ain't playing.
Apex, man. Hey,
L, she gets
in there with
L and PUBG.
What?
Me and L and PUBG.
Me and
Tell
L
them
and
about it,
Destiny,
L.
she pinched my head off in the Crucible a few times. So I know L gets big. So it's so cool to see that hardcore aspect. So like no one can't question that authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Like I love it.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire.
I'm now taking Killer Instinct challenges, so y'all.
Who said that?
Let's go.
Who said
Hey,
that? Who want to
let's
catch
go.
this killer combo? Who wants that?
Hold on, let's pay the bills
Let's
real
bring
quick.
it. Come on.
David, I don't know if you want that smoke, bro.
Oh,
I
that's
said, now
definitely-
you're
I take
risk
that
of it.
smoke.
We're gonna
Trust me,
sell
I take that
tickets.
smoke.
Yes.
Shout out
take
to
that smoke.
Elemental
I
Field.
take that smoke.
We're gonna have another hip hop gamer situation.
Yo, He said you embarrassing the team, King. He said,
listen. He's still salty because I waxed him. I mean,
hold on. You can keep saying that over and over. Don't make it true.
You can't really talk right now. But right now, we own Windows Central. We got the L. We got a hole for the Pokemon.
So let me. No problem. We get it in.
See, that was a closer match than me and King playing the Nards.
Hold on 1 second.
Tell you right.
We got to pay the bills. Elemental Peel, $10 super chat. Shout out to Sega and Phil Dominus Spencer for getting the Phantasy Star Online 2 beta underway this weekend. It was a bumpy start, but got those servers up eventually. Phantasy Star Online is back, baby. Oh, shout out to
they will come back on tonight too, right?
Yes.
Come out tonight. Shout out to Michael Mercy last week. Oh, my brother, my 80s nostalgia in the building. So he just wanted to pop in and say hi, great show, Iron Lords. Grand Upper. I'm talking that Streets of Rage talk. That's what's up. And Frog again, $2 super chat. It's great to see black women gaming, especially black women gaming. That's salute.
Yes. Thank you.
That's what's up. So I gotta ask this next question. This was actually gonna be for L because I know L, when he had you on last time, we kind of hinted at this, and I wanted to talk about like nerd culture, like back in the day. How like it wasn't cool, right? Remember, like it wasn't cool to be talking about this, and you had to hide. You had to, you play them games. Oh, word. It was like a secret society. Like so, like tell me how you feel about that stigma now, and like where you think we are right now as gamers.
I mean, I love that. Like my kid is in the other room right now playing, like yelling at the boys, like you're not doing it right, like, and there's no like, well, you aren't supposed to be here because you're a girl type of talk going on. So. Like, I love that we're at least at that point where it's not a stigma of this is not a girl, quote unquote, action, So I'm pretty excited at where we're headed. I think that, especially with more of us ladies getting into the industry and, more people calling for, more diversity, that we're on the right track.
Definitely. What everybody else agree? Delilah, what you feel about that? Just in reference to like.
It's still taboo to my family. I mean, like I'm the only female. My sisters, they don't game. My brother, he doesn't game. So it's still kind of like, you still play? Like, how old are you?
Right.
Some people still have that stigma.
Like they act like children is out here buying games.
Right.
Like, you know how much game costs?
Right, the demographic is like what 25 plus, like grown people play these games. So
I have my whole gaming set up as soon as you walk in the house and everything.
Right.
And when my mom came to visit, she's like, "Don't you want to get like like a stand to block that so people don't have to see that when they come in?" I'm like,
what?
This is me. Like like I don't care, but outside of the our bubble of the gaming community, like
I'm still good with it. Yeah.
Oh my God, my dad, he's very old school. He's like, "Oh, you out here doing podcasts and playing video games? Ain't you about 30 something?" I'm like, "Yes." My dad is like, "I need you to get married. I need you to have grandbabies."
Yeah, they think it's very kiddie and
and I'm like,
we still dealing over here.
Yeah,
I still pay my bills. I still pay my bills. I pay my taxes. Let me play these games. Be quiet. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
That's what's up.
It's so out of control.
It's so crazy that you guys.
My grandmother's like that. She always be making fun of me over it.
It's just so crazy because it's like you would think we've come such a long way with the way games have like permeated pop culture and stuff like that. But to hear you guys say it kind of threw me back. Like, wow, like because like for me it's like this is what I do. So if you ain't me and King have this discussion all the time. Yeah, if y'all not part of the movement, then y'all get it out the way. We just ain't friends because it's like this is so much a part of my life. That I can't
think
envision.
Social media has allowed us to be in a bubble, though.
True.
That's true.
I think it's mainly like the older generation that don't understand the game thing.
Yeah, it does.
It's not.
Because like my mom understands it, but like nothing above my mom's generation to understand.
See, I won't find that to be true because at FanFest last year, I had this older dude that was there, and I know y'all remember him. Anybody was
if he was there, he understands.
Right.
So I'm saying that this guy,
he's probably the pariah at home.
He could be whatever, but he was like my beacon of me. Like when I get super old, because he had to be at least 80 years old. And I was so in awe of, yes, he was.
That's what's up.
And I was so in awe of this man. And I sat down, I talked to him like, where you from? And he's like, yeah, I'm from Wisconsin and I won. And I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And I'm looking at him like, you know what? Against all odds, he was him. Against all odds. Anybody that was saying something to him, he was him. And you're going to have to live in your truth. I don't care. Like when we go to these shows, we meet people, we are all together. Because I remember us being huddled in school in the corner. And I was on that section. I was with the cool kids that was playing, you know, that disrespect game to the nerds, right? Until one day it was the dude with the Game Boy. And I'm never gonna forget that day. I was like, you know what? At home, I'm playing games in the closet.
So why
he has the gumption to stand outside and play outside. I gotta stick up for my homie. I don't know, dude, but I gotta stick up for him. And from there on, I was like, that was it. You know, if we play games, we down.
I don't get annoyed when people like judge me for playing games that don't understand me or don't know me. What annoys me is when people judge me for playing certain games like Kingdom Hearts, and I'm just like, man, like I've been playing this game for years. Like it's get Mickey Mouse in it.
But you know what it is, though. But you know what it is, though. I mean, that's a good point, Attic, because. What I think we talked about this on GWG when I was guesting on your guys' show, and it's like people in this day and age just can't learn to agree to disagree or just say, hey, that's something that you enjoy and that's cool. That's not my thing.
Like
that's something you enjoy.
The genre of me
instead of shaming the person.
The genre me and Cognito, like we love turn-based games, and I get clowned on it all the time.
Oh, shout out to Wilmy Hood, $20 super chat. He said when we were younger, gamers were just one step above the kids that play Dungeons and Dragons in the school library. That's real
fact.
Oh, and you know what's funny? I got one even worse than that. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Facts though, but
it was even worse than that because like people understood games to a point, but they're like. But you know, because of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, people acted like it was even worse. Why you play that children's card game? I'm like,
I kind of put it in perspective for you guys. I mean, think about people who like compare yourselves to people who LARP. That's how I look at how gamers they put them all in the same categories. People who do like live action role playing, which is that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other culture.
Mind LARPing.
I want to try that one day. I definitely want because when we went to
I can't do it.
when we went
I already like cosplay, so it's like the same
you know what, King? If you ever cosplay, I want you to cosplay as a dude named Thunder off of Fable.
Oh my lord! Oh, shout out to our Polish brother Mods with this $10 super chat. He said my sister plays games too. She plays PS4 only. Sadly, yo, I gotta be sadly.
Shout out to the compound brother. Yes. That sucks, sir. That sucks. But you know, hey, everybody has that pick they poison.
No doubt. So we move on. I gotta ask this question. This is for Delilah specifically. I want to talk about living the dream. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, a lot of us, you know, a lot of gamers, you know, dream is kind of to work in the game industry, and you're kind of there. So you don't have to put all your business out if you don't want to. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to know, like, from you, you know, working in the game industry, some of the challenges, and then also for like people who want to attain that dream, like what advice could you kind of give them?
Wow, it's interesting that you asked me this because like I actually answered this a couple weeks ago on our GWG show. And so what I would tell people is if you're really serious about being in gaming, it's like 3 major things you should do. Primary thing is have a great portfolio. Just make something. It doesn't have to be the best thing at all, but just make something. Make sure you keep any connections that you make when you go to these events really tight.
And
I
don't think
also
people realize how important that is. The communication when you go to the
communication and
events.
community is the most important thing. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but I've been part of doing things within the industry since 2007.
Wow.
So it's been a long time coming for me. And so that's part of it. And also know how to walk the walk and talk the talk. Like it's not like I just woke up one day and was like, oh yeah, now I'll work here. It was more so it took time. I mean, I had to get degrees and go to school and learn and build stuff and create. So but now it's great. The transition has been a little bit challenging because like I'm being from Georgia and then having to move to Washington, the weather differences, people are different. It's just new. And so that part's been tough, but I mean, yeah, it's fun. I'm enjoying the work that I'm doing. Doing some things with GameStack, and So yeah, I
That's
mean,
what's up. Working
it's
with the
interesting
game
seeing these
side.
people every day and being on the other side of the spectrums because, like, you really get to see all the moving parts. There's so many moving parts. You all have no idea, and it's interesting that when you think that no one's listening to you guys on like YouTube and stuff like that, be careful. That's all I gotta say. Is be extremely careful.
Okay,
That's it. That's all I'll say about that.
That's what's up, man. That's
We are
definitely
so far behind
on
on
super chats. Yeah, we got to catch. I'll get Lord Jameson with the $9, $10 super chat. Gotta run. Looking forward to catching the rest later. Ladies and gents are crushing it as usual. Salute. Who get Sovereign? Let's get Sovereign Incognito. I'm gonna
Sovereign Incognito with the $20 super chat. Breaking news: Alex Jones just confirmed from reliable insiders that Google and Amazon in a joint venture cooked up the coronavirus to delay.
Oh my God!
You know what's funny? I do want to say something
on the competition
about
is
this.
real.
Why hashtag King of Fraud?
Hashtag King of Fraud.
Why is King of
So
Fraud?
hold on, I do want to talk about something real quick with Sovereign Incognito.
Yes.
I literally yesterday I was in and out listening to a podcast. I don't even remember what podcast it was, and someone kept super chatting named Sovereign Incognito.
Yeah, me too.
And I thought it was two separate super chats, and both you was in there.
Yeah.
And he did it a couple times. I'm like, man, how much money are they spending on this podcast?
No doubt. We got Def Singer with the £5 super chat. He said we had no shame in school, walking around with our Pokemon cards and Game Boy strutting through the school like we the hottest thing
Not
around.
over here, brother.
I'm not even joking. I got clowned on way more for playing Yu-Gi-Oh than I ever did playing.
No doubt. Shout out to
video
Who
games.
gonna get Philly Eagle? Somebody get Philly
I'll
Eagle.
get it.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a $10 super chat from Philly Eagles. I personally trust gamers more than I trust alcoholics. Cowards. Okay, projects their fears into other people. Having problems with my hobbies, is gaming, is a you problem. Other opinions don't cut me any checks.
Salute.
That's interesting, but it's on a different spectrum when you're looking at family members and you like, you know, that level of respect you get from your aunt. You know, it's just. Yeah, it's a sticky kind of situation.
That's dope. So salute to you, Delilah, on that aspect.
Thanks.
You know, you out here moving and shaking. And last question I got is for Sharice. I want to talk to her in reference to, obviously, it is February, so it's Black History Month. So I wanted to talk to you specifically just in reference to, like, the state of the industry, where we at as far as gaming, representation. How do you feel things are? Do you feel things are getting better? And then just, obviously, our content creators of color, where you think things are in that perspective as well.
I think things are getting better. They compared, at least since I'm now paying more attention to them, they are getting better. And I do, I don't even know how to word it properly. It is getting better, but it could be better. It could be way better. We, especially for females, we don't get as much credit for the things that we do, and we have to pander to a lot of people to actually get the credit that we do get. And it shouldn't really be like that. It should be on our merits alone. But if you don't look a certain way, if you don't have the right attitude, you do not get the same consideration that some folks do. Does that make sense? I don't want to say anything out of the way, but
no. I see exactly where you're coming from. And what about, like, as far as, like, content creators and stuff like that, where do you feel? I know, obviously, like, I came across you guys' podcast, I was like, wow, this is dope. You know, I rarely see this. You know what I'm saying? Like, all female panel and women of color, which I feel is dope. Like, where do you feel are we making strides in that regard? We still a long ways off?
We are. No, I don't think we're a long ways off. We are making strides. Again, look at us. We've been doing this now, 2 years now, almost, if not longer. We are there. We've had plenty women of color panel people, women on our show. We trying to find more if anybody, you know. But some people just don't. They feel like if they have to, I guess, dog the other person to get their buzz. Like,
I was going to ask you this.
Wow.
This is what I was going to ask
you.
You
can't share the credits.
That's
like,
what I was going to ask. Yeah, continue.
People, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't speak a lot on Twitter. I don't speak a lot on the forums or whatever, but I notice and I lurk a lot. I tell you this even in our own little chat. I lurk a lot, and I see how people treat other people.
Yo, I feel like we should have to pause that statement, but we're not going to.
Let it rock. Let it rock. I like this. Continue.
I do. I lurk way more than I probably should. But it's not. it's like you can't help anybody unless you feel like that person's gonna help you. Like you can't just help somebody out of goodness of your heart. That's unheard of in this field. It's nothing is genuine,
I
and
gotta
that's
ask
just
you
like
some tough
real
questions,
genuine.
y'all. And all the ladies can joke. I gotta ask y'all this. Now, this is just my observation. Correct me if I am wrong, right? Like the way I look at it sometimes, King, is like, remember when say like MC Light came out or like Queen Latifah came out? Like it always gotta be one queen. You know what I'm saying? Like my thing is like I would like.
He said all hail Queen Lurker.
You know what I'm saying? I just shout out the radio flow. All hail Queen. They love it, Sharice in the chat. So it's like my thing is like, do y'all encounter issues with other female content creators, like as far as working together, or you think that's overblown and for the most part most of the ladies is working together, or is it an ego like I don't want to get on Nicki Minaj's track, I don't want to mess with Lil Kim, like what's going on out here? I need the dirt.
Wow, I can't give you that. I'm not gonna. We can't be petty.
I'm asking for petty. I want to know if y'all encounter what sometimes we feel we encounter when we were smaller. I'm gonna be honest. I'm speaking for myself. When we were smaller coming up, it felt like unless they were on our level or a lower subscriber, like no one with a higher subscriber count would help us. I felt only a select few, right?
For
and then it came down to even people you have a ton in common with, who you know would be a great guest, and it was just like, damn, like they won't give us a shot. Like we cool just like you. So I mean, it was very rare. So I wanted to know, like, are you guys encountering that with other content? Oh, okay.
Wow. I mean, so yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things that you could just look at the subscriber count. I mean, the people they make these assumptions that we don't have guys on the show. We've had numerous of guests on our show, men, male, female, different races, everything. So it's one of those things where people have this perception, and once they build that, it's hard to break out of. Kind of like death by perception, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, we deal with it. People, they like you said, people are getting their little bubble. They don't necessarily want to reach out, and sometimes you don't want to reach out. You feel like you're not big enough, like you're not there yet, all on the same level yet. That's part of it. But yeah, I don't understand that whole concept of not helping each other. That's always kind of like blew my mind.
But sometimes you can't like go to everybody's show. Like
that's true. Yeah.
Like how I say it is and it's sad that sometimes you look at Twitch, right, and you see female gamers there. I don't consider them real gamers, right?
Why though? You just put women in a box.
No. Let me explain. And I'm going to tell you which ones I don't call real gamers. All right. Now, and at the same time, I'm telling you, me and Elle play PUBG. So that's a real gamer. She's a real gamer. When I'm talking about the fake gamers is you're in the tube top for likes and stuff like that. I don't want to be associated with that. So that's something.
He's talking about a titty streamer.
Well, you understand what I'm talking about, right?
The Lord's Day lady.
Right. So that stuff right there, I can't respect that part, right? But I do respect the women gamers who actually game, like the Street Fighter gamers and stuff like that, who play off of their merits, who get their accolades off of their accomplishments. They actually play games, opposed to doing the streaming stuff that's risque.
Right.
We know where you're
going. We know where you're going. We know what time it is on that.
So a lot of times, these guys get it confused. And then when they see that you can actually really play, it's a whole different level of respect. Because I swear, when we are playing and Def Singer runs off on his own little tangent and leaves us alone, and is me, Elle, and Fozzie, and we're actually, struggling out, and we have to wait for Def to come back. It's nice to know that Elle is considered just a gamer, not a female gamer. You understand what I'm saying? Like a gamer. So it's a huge difference, and I understand the barriers that y'all have to go across, because a lot of times guys see a girl in the chat and be like,
it turns, it changes.
As
soon as they find out you female, it's like the mood changed. The entire party changed. Like, girls in here, oh god, like they freak out for like half.
Wait, they be extra.
Some people are like,
it's
oh my
bad.
gosh,
I've seen it really bad. Like, it's gotten so bad in party chats before. I'm like, dude, She's a chick. She's not an alien. Go next door, knock on the door. There's probably a woman in there. Calm down.
Right. Or they make the assumption that you're not attracted to men. They're like, oh, you must not be. You know, you guys have no idea.
Wow.
You just
I talk to my husband about this stuff all the time. Like, babe,
I think you can't play.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just it's a.
That's the challenge.
It's crazy.
See, even Bone knows.
I
Boogie's a real one. Like he's Bone knows.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a question for you all. Like, being gaming, being up to date, doing podcasts weekly, has that ever interfered with relationships and stuff like that?
No, thank God.
Oh,
My husband, I can go into my husband and I, we both game. So, we don't play together, which is kind of weird, but that's a whole. It's a story behind why we don't play.
No, I agree though. Like I can't. Like I'm so competitive.
Yeah.
So is Delilah.
Somebody ain't
like,
cooking tonight.
We gonna have issues if we in the game and you not doing what you supposed to be doing.
So like, I can tell you a quick story.
You should see me and my brother playing Halo Wars 2.
That's funny. Wait, hold on. I gotta hear the story, Delilah. Then I gotta get
when
L's
my
story.
husband and I, we were dating, right? This is, a while ago. We were dating and we were playing Madden. And he let me win. Like I'm thinking that I'm doing well, he let me win. And it pissed me off so bad. Like, don't let me win. Like, let me beat. Like, I want to beat you on my home area. Don't let me win. And he blew me out. The next game he played, he blew me out. Like, it was horrible. Like 48. Almost dumped him that night.
That completely destroyed your confidence.
Yes, almost dumped him that night. I was like, yo.
It would have been better if he would have just beat you the first time and I did
that's
false
right.
start.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Shout out to him for giving you that smoke. You called for it, you got it, son.
It's the fact that he let me win and then blew me out the next game. I'm like,
right. He said, "Oh, so you really want me to play?"
Our relationship. Let me just tell you, like, our relationship was on the rocks after that. Like,
I don't know if you can stay here tonight. I think you gonna have to go.
I feel like you lying. I feel like you lied. Like you lied. Like you said first you like you let me win, so obviously, like, you was trying to make me feel good, right? It's like you try to protect my emotions and feelings. I get that. Then you blew me out the next game, and it's like,
right? You couldn't let it be like close. You had like,
no, but y'all can't have it both ways though. In his defense, y'all can't have it both ways. You can't be like, yo,
you gotta get that smoke.
You gotta get
let's be real. Let's be real. We were dating. We weren't married, so I still married the guy. So clearly, things worked out. I'm just telling you. But now it's different. Like, we don't.
She ain't letting that Madden incident.
She ain't letting that go. You see that kick? She is not letting that go. That's too funny.
Let me tell you a quick story. The Madden incident.
I got to finish, Delilah.
It's little things like that. We got other stories, competitive stories, and so we don't play together. But because I know he's played games with Boogie. They play Apex. Like, he played with Cherie sometime. Like, but me and him.
So is it strictly because you know where it could go competitively?
Oh yes,
and
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm very competitive. And so I don't want to be like trying to go to sleep at night. Like, man, you should have XYZ.
I'm done. Yo, Delilah, you too much. You out of control. Let me get L real quick. Now, L, why is it you cannot rock with your significant on some competitive game? I gotta hear this. What's going on, L?
Because oh my god, like, I don't know if you ever like watched me play like Apex and shit like that. But, like, I get like in the zone, right? And I play with Stitch and Eternal a lot, and they would let you know if you are not pulling your weight. I feel like because especially with how they deal with girls and whatnot, if I am getting kills and I am pulling my own weight, you better pull your own weight or you not playing with me.
L.
Oh wow, that's the aggression.
So L, you that post.
I told ladies with other ladies who want to play with this. I have no problem with other ladies that want to play with this.
You that chick I say it's just.
Yo, Addict.
The argument. It's just a game.
No.
Man.
She's the chick. Yo, Addict. She the chick at the end that's looking at the post carnage report and looking at them kills and who's doing what.
I'm looking to see. Did you pick people up? How many bullets was you shooting? What was your accuracy? Yes, that is me.
she's that person you look that she looks at the score and she'd be like, "You talking all this extra stuff, but you ain't delivering."
Hold on 1 second. Shout out to Smitty Smith with the $5 super chat. Oh, you want me to play? Who did that for you? Continue, El. Continue. This is too much. This is too much. Y'all funny right now. Y'all killing it right now. And, lady, is it the same as Sharice for you too? Is it the same thing? Could you play with your significant other in competitive games, or is this off limits in the relationship?
It's not off limits. He doesn't play at all, at all.
Okay.
He'll watch me play. He encouraged me to play. He even gives suggestions and stuff, but he doesn't play.
That's at least he's supporting what you do.
Yeah, because over here,
he does.
Over here,
but he doesn't play.
Yeah,
I'm not like Delilah. I could play with him. I would teach him. But he's like, he doesn't feel he could be on my level, so he doesn't want to bring me down, so he doesn't play.
All right, I respect that.
I feel like
she's like, baby, grab your leg. Come on now, get back over here. He's like, I'm trying, baby. Get your leg over here.
I feel like the game. I feel like the gaming thing is only like a problem on the men's side because I've had multiple chicks in my life that has had serious issues with me playing games.
Like, sometimes it's a stigma. Sometimes there's a stigma.
Sometimes you out the door.
They did go out the door. They did go out the door.
I was born with a controller in my hand, so you got to go.
Lady,
I really don't get that. Like on the women's side, like I don't get that at all, because it's like at least he's not out in the club. Like
You know where he at? What he doing?
Right. And maybe if you took interest in something that they have interest in, you
some
have
people
a
are
relationship.
Some people, men and women, are so self-centered. They don't want they don't want any attention going to anything, even if it's a human being or a machine. That's not them.
Dizzy is on you. He said, "Nah, addict. That's the females you get with."
It is.
So real quick,
but Dizzy, we can't act like you ain't heard stuff before on other people. Don't act like it's just the women I'm messing with. Okay.
Listen, ladies, same question. Could you play competitively with your significant other?
Hell yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, it won't competition is good. You know, it.
Sound like she winning. She sound like she winning. Why
it sound like she winning?
She know for a fact that she gonna win anyway. She just don't even matter.
I mean, it's like this. In my criteria, right? What I'm looking for, you got to play video games, and then we can work on how good you play, and then I can help you. But
that's the requirement. You need to watch some YouTube videos, practice on your own before you come with me.
Call of Duty, especially ain't no dude gonna come up with me talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna play Call of Duty like I don't know how to play. Okay.
Well, at least
I can teach you some things. I can teach you, but I can be competitive to the point that I don't want to like go to sleep upset or go to sleep mad.
You don't want that Delilah life.
The Madden incident.
You don't want that Madden incident to go
there. But if you're a gamer, I feel like your significant other should either be like accepting of your hobby, of your passion of gaming, and enjoy, like, if they don't know how to play no games, play 21. Play Spades, play Life, play Monopoly, play Uno.
That's what's
get them going.
What about board games? I'm not 13. I'm not bringing up board games no more.
I'm talking about people who don't know how to play.
Well, they're gonna have to get a controller in their hand. They're gonna have to learn. You're gonna sit down. It's like college. You're gonna sit down until you figure it out. You're not gonna leave this damn own room until you figure it out.
That's rough, man. That's rough.
You're aggressive. You can't be aggressive.
Listen, you better play Pong or something, but you gonna figure it out today. Phil Spencer has given us Game Pass. Figure a game in there.
Find a way to figure it out.
Oh my gosh! Salute the lady on it. This is hilarious. We can go.
Man, I have to tell you about the Game Pass the other day. I'm like, man, you ain't got no Game Pass. You tripping?
Oh, now you sound like it. Now you sound exactly like it. Like
that's exactly how the conversation starts.
He cut people off if they don't got Game Pass.
They say, hey, I game. Time out, bro. Do you Game Pass? And if they say,
that's the pick up line. Hey, you got a Game Pass?
Do you Game Pass?
Done with y'all.
Because if you don't Game Pass, you gotta go.
I would rock with that. This being new.
That could be my pick up line.
Y'all out here Game Pass shaming. I am done with y'all.
You ain't got Game Pass.
It isn't. You don't have Game Pass. Isn't that low key pocket watching?
That's right. Well, you know what? It's shaming. I'm shaming.
I feel like if you
spend more than that on coffee,
That means you're being frugal.
Oh,
I mean, you're being smart with your money.
I'm sorry. I just noticed in the chat someone.
That's it. That's it.
Broken hair. You don't smell like broken hair. It smells like smart financial choices. That's what it sounds like.
Well, what it sounds like is you have more money to go out later on, opposed to you. I had to buy 5 games this month, so I can't take you to go to eat this week. But if you had Game Pass, you will have money to go out. You see, you understand? This is how Game Pass helps relationships.
What's funny is the king before Game Pass and the king after Game Pass are 2 entirely different kings.
This is hilarious right now. This relationship segment is hilarious. Y'all too much. We got to move on because we can go on this all day. We got some topics. Shout out to BG for being petty about Game Pass. Now I got to ask the ladies of the realm the question that we ask all the guests. Now, Elbig, I'm going to start with you first because you've been here before, but I need to know if your list has revised. So last time you were here, you had Tomb Raider, The Sims, Mario franchise in general, and then you had Destiny and Duck Hunt, the OG. Has anything changed from your top 5?
No.
I love the pause.
She's like, nah, that's the go.
Yeah, because I was, I took a second to think.
You know what's
okay? Just
you know what's funny, King? We never been asked what our games are. I just noticed that.
Actually, he did. Lord. Remember, he did. Well, maybe he didn't ask you.
Yeah, you never. Yeah, you know what? It's right. Alex,
but the show you missed.
Yeah.
But you know what? We just was asked yesterday our top 5 games.
Oh God, let's not act like that.
He want to be live on the air acknowledgement. That's all. He want.
I want my shine.
Yeah, that's what it is. One day we'll do an addict episode.
Remember? Yeah. Let me get that $2 super chat.
Shout out to the guests first. Have their moment.
No Game Pass. Kick rocks. Laugh out loud.
Shout out to Hollow the Dawn. We got Hollow the Dawn in here. With the welcome to the bronze realm. My man Hollow, that's what's up.
Yo, mess around and be Hollow the
Dawn. The
Dylan
the Dawn is in here. The Dylan the Dawn. That's what's up.
Everybody put the shields in there.
BG, come on. You don't subscribe to any gaming service. Come on, BG. You out of control.
He's not joking either.
BG
No, he don't, but he's gonna have to bend the knee. And when you bend the knee, I'll be there, sir. And we're gonna put those knees right there in that box in the back. I got you.
So let's get Lady Delilah up. I need Lady Delilah's top.
Shout out to Lady Smith for joining the realm. Let's put them shields in there, y'all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bro. Let's go.
So my top 5?
Yes.
Man.
Let's go.
All right. Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Super Metroid.
Mm.
Ocarina of Time.
Okay. Oh, it's not the wrong one.
Oh God, I gotta hit his mouth.
Ninja Gaiden Black.
Oh,
yeah. Let's go. Black. I beat the game like so many times. And last but new to my list.
What's up?
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Okay.
Yes, to me that game's perfect in regards to like sound, music, gameplay. It just the feel of it is fantastic. And if you played old school games and if you're a Metroidvania fan, like Ori checks all the boxes. It's just a perfect game.
That's
so you can't wait for the new one.
Can't wait.
I know.
Wow, that's what's up. So we got that 5 in there. Let's get Lady Infamous. I need that top 5.
Okay. Super Mario World. Metal Gear Solid, Red Dead Redemption, Fallout New Vegas, Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Wait, slow down. Fallout New Vegas. Hold on, we're not gonna glance over these classics right here. That's probably one of the best Fallout and made by Obsidian, I believe. That was the one made by
they did. And they made yes, they did. Super Mario World classic, like the first Mario game that really took me there. Red Dead Redemption 2, I bust Thug Tears.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No. That's fine. I ain't gonna talk much about it, but it's a long commitment game and it's a good game. And I've always been a Call of Duty fan. Black Ops 2 was like the pinnacle of what the massive explosion of what Call of Duty is. And I mastered Prestige on Black Ops 2. I played all the zombie maps, and that's like, I love it.
That's what's up. Strong list. Okay, Lady Sharice, need that top 5.
Skyrim.
Oh, I respect that.
I respect that. That's strong.
Mass Effect trilogy.
The whole trilogy.
There she goes. She's not playing right
wait,
now. Let's go.
You even got part 3 in there. I'm just joking.
I got a drama.
Not a drama.
Not a drama.
Not a drama. She said not a
drama. Salute.
Dragon Age 2.
Ooh, wow, that's okay.
Yeah, that's the first time.
She got a list. She got a list. Her list is crazy right now. Let's go.
She busted her gun out here.
She's went back and looked at every IOP. Who didn't say what?
No.
She off the top.
Assassin's Creed. The whole series of my favorite is Black Flag and Origins. Those are two of my top two.
Yes, I love Origins.
Origins. Oh my
God.
god.
Origins too.
Like, Origins was
I
nice.
gotta be that guy, man. I prefer the old Assassin's Creed over the newer ones.
You know what? We can't talk about that because we'll be all day.
I can say God bless. Anyway.
And my last one, I want honestly Halo, because it's what's got me stuck in this whole ecosystem in the first place.
That's what's up. That got you not copping a PlayStation back there.
Hang them high.
Shout out to Delilah.
Yes. You're welcome.
No doubt. Tremendous 5. The ladies of the realm out here spitting them bars. That's what's up. So y'all can hang out. Obviously, the show's gonna continue. Please hang out if y'all can. And hello to Dawn again. $2 super chat. Thank you, Lords. P.S. Throw Attic in the bush.
That's right, because you was talking about Skyward Sword. I got you.
Oh my Lord. So let's get these polls going. Let's get the show going.
Oh, so now you just gotta like a game and you got King's Loyalty.
That's it. That's all you got.
Skyward Sword, man. You're in, baby.
Last week's poll results are in, and the people have spoken to the question: with the Nintendo Switch having surpassed or coming close to passing the Xbox One in console sales, do you think the Switch will continue its momentum once the Series X and PS5 arrives? The winner of a razor close 3-way ILP poll with 43% of the vote was the There Is No Stopping the Switch Train group. It will continue its own lane with exclusives. Coming in at second place, right on the heels, 42%. Was the Without Switch Pro, Switch will slow down and be less relevant when next gen arrives. And in last place, with only 14% of the vote, was I don't care, Game Pass and Remote Play gonna come to the Switch anyway. That is the people to vote. LordSov, you missed out last week. What do you think about the people, man?
They're right. They're always right. They're correct.
My man back. Switch gang. Let's go. My man. Let's go.
They are correct. The Switch, all it needs is the Nintendo exclusive.
Shout out for the bogus poll. And the fraud that's over there representing the bogus poll.
King living his best life over there. King's World.
That's right. Fraudulent behavior. You need the light on that. You need to shine a light on fraudulent behavior.
I haven't seen the fraud alert in a minute. Damn.
Yeah, you know I was saving it just for this topic.
Just for this
God
topic.
bless.
So look, King, you are up being that you got the fraud alert out. We're going to get you on Stitch. Oh, Stitch loving you. You put bad fraud alert emojis in the chat. So Lord King, man, there's a lot of things going on with Phil Dominus Spencer and competitors. What is going on, sir?
Well, I told you before, he didn't view Nintendo nor Sony as competitors, especially when you're buying from the house. I mean, if we're providing you services, I think you need to sit down and relax. You're not a competitor. You are an employee, sir. So right now, you work for us. So we can't look at you as a competitor.
Are you implying the Azure? Wait, hold on, King. Are you implying the Azure server deal that they are in pocket now? Is this what we're
I'm just saying, if I'm providing you electricity, I think you should shut up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I can't let you continue.
Hey, I'm just saying, what's real is real. What's fake is fake. I mean, hey, you took the service. Now relax. Sit down and relax. Chill. Okay, we can't see you. You're no longer eye to eye, brother.
Oh,
you have definitely put yourself in the bushes. By saying yes, you are definitely a no.
So much.
Wow, so petty. Continue.
But check this out. I told y'all a long time ago, the view was Google and Amazon. These are the white walkers, and these are what you're supposed to be afraid of. Now, we all know that Dance Moves Ryan has capitulated and formed, devastated. He's in pocket, and Reggie Fils-Aimé said, I'm not with that, but the Switch is about to get down because Bowser, he looked like he in pocket too. So at what point in time are you going to understand the real people that cannot be purchased, they cannot be bought? All right, they cannot be kicked away. Google is trying to figure out Stadia. Get him while he weak, kill the beast while he wounded. Because let me tell you something. If Stadia would have hit from the beginning, it would have been a problem. All right, because they already first to the market. So Phil knows. Well, and you know, I keep saying Phil, but it's the whole Microsoft division. But Phil is the head. So when we're going to talk about Caesar, we're going to talk about Caesar. All right. So Caesar understands that we must keep them down. So this you gotta have. There's a 3-prong approach. You're gonna have hardware, you're gonna have software, and you're gonna have services. Right. That's the only way that they can compete with these bigger pocket guys. You know, Google has a hell of a lot of money. Amazon has a hell of a lot of money. And Amazon has been in gaming. If you didn't know, they have been in gaming in the background. My question to the realm is Phil right for saying that the bigger problem is Google and Amazon opposed to saying Nintendo and Sony?
Right. Well, let's frame it before I give it to the ladies of the realm. He basically came out and he said, look, he had a ton of respect for them, but he said he definitely, you know, he sees Amazon and Google as his main competitors moving forward. He said he's not trying to be disrespectful to Nintendo and Sony, but traditional game companies are somewhat out of position. He said, I guess, to your point, they could recreate Azure, but they've invested, meaning Microsoft, you know, tons of millions, billions of dollars in cloud over the years. And the last point he made, I believe, was in reference to, he said, I don't want to be in a fight over format wars with these guys while Amazon and Google are focusing on how to get gaming to 7 billion people around the world. Ultimately, that's his goal. So let's bring it to the ladies of the realm. You know, a lot of people are upset in the social sphere by Phil's comments. Do you agree or do you disagree? Anyone can jump in, lady, line, anyone can jump in.
I will agree because how technology is built for the future, it's going to be more seamless than ever. Yes, hardware will be a focus, but not the main focus. Especially with our data and our Wi-Fi capabilities of depending on where we live at, will expose us to more and more games. Phil is thinking about the big picture. He's thinking about the long haul as far as gaming is concerned. And yes, if I was Phil, I will be looking at Amazon and Google because they got the pockets. And he truly believes that he's not worried about like the Xbox atmosphere because I think he knows how loyal Xbox fans are, but he wants more people to know how great of a product it is. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't. And look, if people feel disrespected between Nintendo and Sony, then they just got to go back to the drawing room and formulate a plan so they can catch up, not with just Xbox, but with Amazon and Google as well. And if they're not going to do that, the nostalgia part of gaming can easily die real quick. So it's either adapt or get out. That's it.
Strong words. Strong words, lady. Anyone want to jump in?
I'll say this because I'm not going to elaborate too much on it, but Phil's job as head of Xbox is to think long-term vision. And sometimes we as gamers, we focus too much on the here and now. When he starts talking like that thinking about big picture and billions of gamers, things like that, he's thinking about the overall long-term vision of the company. So you guys just look at it like that. Doesn't mean that the company is not focusing on the short term. It's just that he has to also think about
Let me push back on y'all for a second. What about, those who say, y'all getting killed in console stands? How dare y'all talk about they ain't the competition? Y'all need to worry about the MVD and winning these sales and not getting lapped by the Switch. Like, what do you say?
I got a nice acronym for you. It's called ROI, Return on Investment.
Thank you.
That's it.
Let's go, Bill. Let's go, Bill.
As long as they're making money for them, that's all that matters. As long as they're able to pay their shareholders, not y'all on Twitter, but real shareholders.
Then how much they made this year, L? How much they made?
I have no idea.
11 billion? 11 billion?
Like, as long as they're making money, they're able to still put money into the platform. That's all that matters. Like, I don't get this. Like, y'all arguing about nothing. Nathan. And for my last little bit, it's called a marathon, not a sprint. Okay?
Okay. Bars is being spent. Sharice, do you have anything on this, Lady Sharice?
I just wanted people, again, back to what El Boogie was saying, like, since Xbox is number one, nobody says anything about, like, restaurants who aren't number one and they're still in business. Like, just because you're not number one does not mean you can't still operate.
Good point.
Like,
Good point.
you don't have to be long again, like El Boog and Delilah said, long as your business plan is sound, you are still able to pay your overhead costs and put them in your pocket. You are still coming out of the head. You do not have to be number one.
No doubt.
You just go still work at it and work your craft and do what you're supposed to do. And that is exactly what Xbox is doing.
No doubt. Shout out to Gaming Forte. I missed you, brother. $5 super chat. Glad to have this podcast in the community. Your dedication to the craft, the industry leaders you showcase is amazing. # proud to be a gamer. Wow, salute, brother Forte. It means a lot.
Also, we have another super chat right before that one.
Oh yeah, we missed the Raven Flow. We missed Raven Flow. We missed.
Yeah, it was Raven Flow.
All right, I see Raven Flow. Xbox ups the ante every time they lose.
Did you guys get BGs?
I didn't even see BG. I gotta hit them.
Oh, we got a few. Hold on. We got the Raven Flow. PS and Microsoft for trading services. The memorandum is Sony is with trading semiconductors for AI, and with Microsoft for Azure. Google is easier than Sony and Ninty. And then after that, we have Stitch and BG.
Oh yeah, get those.
Okay, so we got Stitch 6669 with the $2.
I'll get BG.
Yes, because they have the money and the resources.
Salute, Stitch. Oh, what BG said?
We got a $2 super chat from BG. Can't lose to a company you're not competing with.
There you go.
I mentioned this to the ladies last weekend. It was like when Sony decided to use Azure servers, it's like they're on the same team, fam. Like stop thinking that the consoles and stuff is on different teams. Like same team.
Yeah,
they're partners.
It's Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox. They've now
They're
decided we have to come together to
who
fight
else is there
off
to
these
compete
new
with
bad
other than
guys.
Google and Amazon? Like who else is there to compete with? If these are partners, they're not competitors. They're partners.
Say it again. They what? Say that. I mean, say that again. I mean, they need to just slap an X on that box. What you said? Say that again.
Oh my god!
She ain't say all that.
I'm just saying.
In the extra.
She added bad sauce on that. Bad sauce on that. Man.
That's right. You got to put the hot sauce on it. I'm just saying that.
Yo, BG said that's cap.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Dan Smooth Ryan's in pocket.
The thing is, it's Sony needed the infrastructure. You're right. It's like they're not going to spend billions in order to create one. Why do that?
The Blu-ray situation that
Microsoft. You know what they did? I told you what they did. They said, "Yo, just put the servers out in the front." That's it. Just put it in the front.
We do it.
They said they looked out the window and said, "Yo, that's a server out there." Bring it inside. You think it works? I think it do. But that's from Microsoft though.
I'm done with you.
But we do need service though.
Fair.
I don't know what to do. Just bring it inside. And that was Ryan. He got fired.
It's already been approved, man. Just bring it inside.
Y'all petty right now. Y'all so
people in the chat keep talking about games. Games are coming. I mean, you don't acquire 15 studios and then don't bring games. Like, let's be real.
Let's get solving at it, man. You know, where do you guys stand with this whole Phil? It's Phil out of pocket for saying this.
I think people I think people let this console war stuff get too much. Like at the end of the day, is he saying that PlayStation is not a competitor? No, he never said that. He just said to a point, the only competitors he sees as a liable threat in their overall business is
your
the
wallet
people
ain't like mine.
is the cloud computing. Like, that's what they're obviously everything they've been building up to now is leading to this cloud infrastructure. They're not building this for 2 years from now. They're building this for 5 to 7 years from now. And at the end of the day, it's not necessarily who does a lot of the times it does goes to who does something better, but as you can see when it comes to Netflix, Hulu, Google Plus might be a better service in certain areas, but Netflix got there first. So that's their goal. They want to be there from the ground floor, and they want to get that initial. We were here first. We have this brand here already.
No doubt. Solve. It's Phil out of pocket.
Listen,
Solve sounds disgusting.
I've been saying, listen. When you take a hard L, I've been saying this. When you take a hard L, what do? You change the conversation. The conversation. So he changed the conversation.
Why? He's been doing a very good job.
He's been doing an excellent job about changing the conversation. Because the fact of the matter is, listen, I love Xbox. The fact of the matter is, head to head with Sony, quantifying things the way they've been quantified to this day, which is console sales. AAA first party stuff. If you continue to quantify things in that way, they're always going to take the L. They're gonna take the L to Nintendo. They're gonna take the L to PlayStation.
Now, again, we got to be careful though, because I believe Sharice made a good point. When we say L, we got to be careful as far as saying not number one, but still profitable.
Oh no, absolutely. But that's always been the case, right? That's always been the fanboys' argument, right?
Still Burger King though. Like, what's the deal, man?
That's always been the fanboy argument, right? The fanboy argument. We've always said it. Why is Microsoft still here if they're getting destroyed so badly, right? Because they're still making money, right? They're still making money. So he changed that conversation, right? So the fact of the matter is that Microsoft as a whole is looking to the future. As if you think about cloud services, right? It's very forward facing in the gaming space for us because that's what we care about. Right. And we have a figurehead. Phil Spencer's that figurehead for that.
Right.
As a whole, Microsoft is looking to the cloud for a number of different applications, right? And so if you think about the article where Phil said this specifically, that is not a gaming publication. This is a business publication, right? So he's talking about Microsoft's vision, right? He's talking about it from his point of view.
You said he talking about. So you said that he wasn't talking in no game magazine. So that's where they not competition at. He was talking in a financial magazine.
Financial magazine. This is not. If you look at the article, right? The article explains how gaming got to here, right? You don't go through that whole spiel in an article if you're talking to people who already know the conversation, right? So it had to like introduce the subject matter to the people reading this article.
Yo, so Sovereign, what you're saying is, I mean, I just want to be clear. This is a financial publication, and they didn't have no time for the gaming stuff, so they told us. He said, Sony and Nintendo is not really our competition.
Straight up.
So hold on,
real quick about in this financial magazine.
Now, question. As I always do, right? I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick, right?
Yes.
If the overarching narrative in gaming right now was not moving towards this cloud future, right? Because cloud's been around forever, and for a long time it was a laughingstock, right? For a long time it was vaporware. This is not real. If they don't have that avenue to pivot to, right? Then there's no way to pivot to. Then you have to still be in the conversation about head to head with Sony and with Nintendo,
right? And
they would be there would be a problem there because, like I said, in no world do they win that argument. They just don't. They've never won that argument. The closest they've ever come to winning that argument is the 360.
Yeah, right. We got to get this chance.
And then I want to shout out to the 179 people watching. Definitely hit that like button if you guys don't mind.
Let me get JD Gamer. He said, "Tell these broke, poor fools they don't have any money or business sense and will never have any money to stop trying to tell $1 trillion company how to make money." Shaking my head. Pocket watching fools. All right, JD is spitting bars.
That's right.
Who's got
Who's next?
I get the $5 super chat from the Raven Flow. Dude, that kind of funny new Phil through a passive aggressive shade. As one said, Phil is changing the subject while keeping his side eye.
There you go. You changed the subject. Why would you keep talking about a conversation where you just getting the story? No, I'm changing that whole conversation.
I do it all the time.
Sovereign Cognito with the $5 super chat. Case in point, ladies are more intelligent. These queens dropping educated, calculated facts. Ponies just nosedived into the
Oh my God, it's getting messy out here. LMNOPO with the $10 super chat. Phil saying Sony was never in the business of servers and cloud for corporations. It take billions. Sony will need to piggyback and pay up. And then who's got super poetic? Whatever this is.
Seafood Poetic X Initiative with that $2 super chat. Same rules to boxing politics, please.
Thank you.
Continue, Simon. Then I gotta jump in and we move on.
No, man, that's it. Honestly, again, I think looking forward, that's the move they're gonna make, absolutely. And they're poised, looking at all the other services out there and the way, once again, they're providing it as an option. They are the ones that are best poised to take off completely. Yeah. So. You ain't wrong.
No, I feel you. Look, it's like everybody on the panel kind of said what I agree with. Which is this is the long-term play. Like this is the long-term play. That's just the reality of it. This is whether it be 5-10 years down the road. Definitely streaming on some level is what they're trying to do. And I know a lot of people like, hey, it hasn't really worked successfully yet, or look at what Stadia or whatever they kind of bungled out the gate. But at the end of the day, the service itself, does work. You know what I mean? So it just comes down to the implementation, how they go about doing that, getting into more regions. Obviously, we know about, the Game Pass Ultimate most likely will integrate xCloud and that kind of stuff. And then, kind of getting as far as Azure server, as far as their footprint, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. Now, I will say this, as far as Stadia, we know what has happened. You know what I'm saying? That's glorified beta, and people look at that and say, you see, it doesn't work. But I will say this. People better not sleep on Amazon, only for the simple fact that, AWS is pretty strong out there. You know what I'm saying? As far as in the business stuff on the cloud level, they're very strong out there. And then also, as far as, now, obviously this is a big if they show the commitment to gaming, right? You still have a possibility of them with their infrastructure, with Twitch integration. You know what I'm saying? We know Amazon Prime is out there. They could be a serious threat. And the rumors are they are coming with something, whether it be in 2020 or soon. They are coming with something. So again, how, that's implemented is going to be interesting. To me, the biggest issue Microsoft has to worry about, and I want to shout out Matt Piscatella from MPD, we had him on the show before, is this is the big thing. We know Microsoft and Phil, he wants that $7 billion, like he said, right? He wants that mobile market, the people who would never traditionally buy consoles or those regions where consoles don't do well, right? But the thing is, he's got to understand, and this is why I want to see how they handle it, is let's be real, Delilah, like a lot of mobile gamers come from the free 99 school. Mobile gamers don't like paying for services and stuff like that. So they've got to figure out a way to attract that crowd. You know what I'm saying? This is
the thing is, that option is already available. There's no one stopping you from buying anything. That's the part that people skip out on. They just think services, I got to pay per month. You don't have to. You can choose to do that.
You can choose to
do
do
option.
I think they just gotta. I think they have to figure out a way to incentivize. I like what they're doing with the ISPs. When you look at the SK Telecom deal with Korea and stuff like that, how they're implementing xCloud with the ISP deals. I think in the US it's T-Mobile, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like that, I like that. But you gotta figure out a way to get those mobile guys who just maybe they'll just jump on and they'll do their Candy Crush or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And then they bouncing, you know what I'm saying? Like they gotta figure out a way to make xCloud kind of sexy to those people that they're willing to invest.
They are putting out games that are on mobile units to like get people familiar with the Xbox brand, because I play Gears Pop religiously. Like if anytime you see me, I'm wherever I'm at, I'm playing my Gears Pop and doing my little Gears Pop thing. And what I've noticed is when they first showed it at E3, everybody's like, "Oh God, what the hell was this?" Yeah, but I don't hear anybody talking that crap about it at all. Like now that it's in the wild, it's actually something that you can actually play, and it's really, really fun. What they need to do is strategize that aspect of it. Have little developers that are doing that, so you get used to the Xbox brand, and then they can, have an attack on the mobile market in that form. Because that free 99, I swear to God, if I had to pay money for it, I wasn't going to buy it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Free 99 is undefeated.
It's free. I'm having fun.
But my thing is, how do they leverage xCloud? They want xCloud in everybody's, like for example.
Well, it's going to be a downloadable app.
Right.
It's going to be a downloadable app. Are you going to
give them the 30-day free? Or you're going to have to do something to let them touch to get them in. And then,
well, you know what I think is going to be a separate service in certain regions that it'll be free. Now, if you have your games, you can play your games through your xCloud, right?
Console streaming.
But if you want to get down for the get down, then you go and get the Game Pass. Get the Game Pass Ultimate, and then you're part of that super ecosystem where you get these free games every month, and you're like, that's when you start to see the benefit.
Right. Well, I think it's going to be, that's where the argument gets a little touchy and difficult, because a lot of those people may not care about the core games, right?
Right.
So how do you convince them to pay $15 or whatever it is for 3/4 of a service they don't want?
That's the challenge.
Yeah,
that's the challenge. They have to figure that out. That's what I was.
That's why he gets paid those big bucks, and he's trying to get that Aurelius name.
All I will say, we'll move on, is just that, look, at the end of the day, between all three, though, I still feel Azure and xCloud is the way to go, because the studio acquisitions, to me, is key. That to me is showcasing that, okay, we are going to have content on our server. The biggest mistake Stadia made is obviously glorified beta, and then you got to pay again for these full price games. Then they got older games. The library is very little. And then who knows what Amazon is doing on that. We have to say that from a studio and a services perspective, Azure and xCloud is by far ahead. Like, it's not even close on that level. So
let me get the Raven Flow.
Yeah, get the Raven Flow.
For the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, sir. Don't you mean 2 billion gamers? There are 7 billion gamers. There's 7 billion, 8 billion pushing on Earth, and there's still too much poverty. Did Phil say that? I understand what you're saying.
No, Phil actually said that. Phil actually says, and I quote, he said, "I don't want to be in a fight over format wars while Amazon, with these other guys, meaning Nintendo and Sony, while Amazon and Google are focusing on how to get gaming to 7 billion people around the world." He literally said it.
Right.
So let's get Death Singer, and then we move on. Who got Death?
I got Death. Wait. Death was...
Yeah, he was above that. We missed him.
Okay. Oh, then we have one more. We got JD again. So shout out to Death Singer with the £5 super chat. Let's keep it real. Xbox is the best box. PS4 is that one box put in the corner. Phil preaches the truth. They are not competition. The Last of Us is overrated.
Oh my lord.
That's a little extra, but I'll be playing The Last of Us, sir.
And then shout out to JD Gamer with the $10 super chat. People are trained to respond and purchase things, and Microsoft has been on the forefront of all these things. We gamers said we didn't want digital. Look at us now, all digital. Apple, Google, Microsoft's all services.
No doubt.
This is true.
That's we got everybody. All right, but yeah, that's
good.
good.
We just got a new one. So we got the One Bad Mudder. I definitely messed that up. Gamers are gamers. Many mobile gamers have multiple subscriptions. They not had the option for high quality gaming. Think where our gaming started. So he's pretty much saying that it's not necessarily that mobile gamers won't pay for something. They just haven't had the quality of games to pay for something.
We shall see.
Yeah.
That's going to be the thing. Will xCloud, the service, those level of AAA experiences be enough to attract, gamers?
Game Pass keep doing the way they doing with these games. I'm looking at the list right now. I'm looking at the games that they just recently added to it. And a lot of people say, well, there's a lot of games leaving. Not as much as they're adding to it. That you may lose 4, but you get like 6 to 10.
Yo, shout out to G. Mark Lewis. He said, "I'm on my petty 12 teraflops greater than 9 on God in them."
You said Jamaican Lewis?
Jamaican Lewis. Look, we got to move on to the next time. Before we move on, I just got to ask the ladies of the round. No, we going long. L, are you okay? Let me know if anybody's got the roll or anything. Please let us know.
Oh yeah, I do have to roll.
Okay.
I'm going to go see Birds of Prey. So
woo! Get it out.
Yeah, enjoy that.
No doubt.
Right.
Enjoy, ladies of the round. Salute, L.
Yeah,
Books.
thank you for letting us be on here. I know I enjoyed it. I'm sure the other ladies enjoyed it, and Dirk's probably gonna keep. Okay. In the background. Say subscribe. Make sure everyone in the chat subscribes.
Oh,
okay.
Beautiful. That's what's up.
She said, "That's right.
All
Subscribe to my mom's."
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. I enjoyed it.
All right, later, L.
Enjoy. So we gonna move on to Victor Allenstein. I missed him. They need to make the Gears series similar to GTA and FF Final Fantasy, making each iteration like a new IP like Final Fantasy. Great show. Salute to the ladies. No doubt.
I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. No, it's not that. Like, I feel like if you made that would be weird because like Gears has already established a story or universe. Like Final Fantasy doesn't have a dedicated story or a dedicated universe. Everything's always new.
Perfect segue. Speaking of Gears, my topic. RodFergusson, man. RodFergusson. Yeah, he had made the announcement, that he was joining Blizzard to oversee the Diablo franchise. So, Fergusson, he's been around for a while, responsible for so many things, so many projects getting done on time. I believe BioShock Infinite, Unreal Tournament, Lost Planet, and obviously the Gears of War franchise. So this is a huge loss by the Coalition, and he's going over to Blizzard, who seems to be in the business of taking people from Microsoft. So we know our good friend to the realm, Mike Ibarra, is there. And so I want to bring us to the realm, obviously multi attack on this in the sense of, one, what do we think about this news? 2, obviously the future of Coalition moving forward, and the Gears franchise and stuff like that. And then, then obviously Blizzard. So let's get this. I want to actually start with the Lords first, and we'll get it back over to Ladies. I want to start off with Saul. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this, so I'm very curious where you are with this whole Fergusson thing.
I mean, first shout out to him. Like to go oversee, obviously Diablo is a big deal, and he's the type of guy. I think they need somebody in charge over there that obviously technically sound and knows and loves the franchise. So I think it's, they need a new face over there to sort of shepherd that, and Blizzard can. At this point, they need all the help they can get.
Does anyone know if he's had any experience in that genre, like at all?
What genre? Diablo?
Yeah.
I mean, he's had very different games. I mean, I don't know if specifically that.
I just that type of game. I don't know his background like that, but like, I feel like Gears is such like a diverse game from what he's been working on. Like, it's kind of weird that he didn't go over there as just like a regular dude. Like, he's running it now.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I want to is a point that I did miss. One of his qualities is that he is known for getting things out, right? Getting them complete, getting them done, right? So we've all heard the stories about the Diablo development and what's going on.
Right.
So if the thought process is if they bringing him on, like they want this thing to ship out, like it needs to come out, kind of thing. So I mean that's what the industry's saying. But continue, so and then Attic, I'll let you go.
And I think they absolutely need that. They talk about Blizzard time, right?
Right.
Too, when it comes to developing a game, and they wanna eliminate that
Blizzard
time. So you have to get games out in a timely fashion because you want to. The more time you spend making a game, the more money you spend on making the game. They need to get the game out. So I think he's a perfect person for that. And the fact that maybe he doesn't have a lot of experience, particularly in that genre, I like it well. So that goes to what I think about him leaving and how that leaves Coalition.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Gears. I thought this Gears was the most polished Gears to date. It was fun. But it was just more Gears. And
just like Diablo's going to be more Diablo. Call of Duty's going to be more.
Oh, here we go.
I just don't understand.
Here we go.
Point. I don't.
But what is it with you with just wanting the same old stuff over and over again?
Here we go.
I don't understand this. I don't understand why everything.
That was my reason why I didn't like God of War like that.
I feel you.
That's my reason. I mean, because I wanted my God of War. I wanted to win that. I wanted Black Kratos.
Stop it.
We are now. We're going towards the 6th Gears of War game, right?
But we can't act like it's not different from the previous Gears of War.
Because Gears 5 is very different than the previous one.
That's my point. Like, people.
Please elaborate. Please elaborate.
Like, how do you?
No, please.
Why don't you elaborate how
let's go,
The thing is, how do you? I mean, the gameplay is completely different. Especially when you got I can't remember the name of the bot that helps you.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack.
Jack. You have Jack. I mean, just the way the characters move, they're faster. All the movements are fluid. The weapons are very different. The different various grenades. The new rocket launcher. It's a lot of.
What is the core of the game the same? And that's what
it's Gears.
That's what Gears is.
But that's what makes like taking Halo.
Look at the argument.
It's like taking Halo and making it an
argument. Let's Saul get his bars off.
Argument you're giving me.
Let me get Saul get his bars off.
It's Gears. That's my argument.
But if you don't like Gears, don't play Gears.
I would say I don't like Gears. I want to see Gears do something different.
You want it to be a completely different game.
Or somebody bring you out a fish.
I want the core series to do something different. See, it's different when you give me Gears Tactics and it's a different genre altogether.
Okay, then go play Gears Tactics. Leave Gears alone.
That's right. I'm as a Gears fan, I don't want you to touch Gears too much. I don't want you to change too much because otherwise it's gonna be something else.
Jump in, my man. Let me hear Saul. What's your suggestion, Saul?
They got like Gears Mario Kart or something.
Why does it? I get tired of the hiding behind cover, popping out, shooting dudes in the head, and
then Gears isn't for you.
Yeah, but that's the game.
But that's been the game for over a decade.
All right, so let me ask you this, Saul. Let's get to the crux of this because this is intense. My question to you then is: do you want like a change in the vein like how what King doesn't like, which is where God of War kind of reinvented the genre itself? You want a complete abandonment of the cover to cover style shooter?
Reinvent the genre.
I didn't say abandon it. Yo, take a risk one time.
All right,
No, I want him to explain to me what kind of change you want in Gears.
Open world segments of you driving a skiff across the map.
I'm convinced that Gears would have to change up the entire core of its foundation to keep you happy.
You're gonna tell me that open world stuff was hot.
Get us off.
Yeah, you tell me that was Witcher F.
Oh, here go Addict with the completion card.
We cannot compare The Witcher to Gears.
I'm just saying. I said there was open world.
One's an open world game and one's a single player narrative based game with open world.
And when they talked about what they did differently in the game, initially they talked about it like the changes were more wide sweeping.
Look, at the end of the day,
came out.
Let him finish.
It was what they call. It was you know how you have like a game that's kind of wide but it's still directed. That's what that was. Right? That's what that was.
I'm listen. Look,
at the end of the day,
Gears 5.
Let me say something real quick before you go.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Let me say something real quick before you guys go in.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they have Coalition making Gears. They have Halo 343 making Halo. They're like, look. We need more diversity. We need more types of games for other people to play that don't like the cover shooters. They don't like the first-person shooters. That's why they bought Undead Labs. That's why they made a new studio with the Initiative. That's why they bought Playground Games. Like they're giving people more options in gameplay. Just because you don't like Gears, don't mean you have to change Gears.
I didn't tell you I love Gears. I just wanted to take some risks. That's what I wanted.
Risk costs money.
For sure, which Microsoft has plenty of.
But they did take risks.
So what you're saying
Have
you beat it? Have you beat Gears 5? Have you saw the visions?
Have you played it?
Right.
They coming at my biz.
I played the whole thing through.
I literally think we played different games.
We played different games. I mean,
yeah, because Gears 5 is way different than the previous.
Look, just the ending decision alone is different than everything Gears has ever done.
All right, but here's I know we get to my mans, but my question to solve is this. And this is getting crazy. This is getting lit. My question to solve
is drinking the Kool-Aid.
I feel you. Solve is on the square. Solve is on the square. But my question
is, you want to see Red Dead Redemption?
My question is, Solve, what? Hold on.
Let me address Shadow the Ghost. Let me address Shadow the Ghost in the chat real quick. Addict is not Big Mad. Addict's a passionate person about stuff.
Bruh, we're going to get that. Calm down. What I was going to say, I got to ask this, right? What risk would be acceptable to you? Give me an example of something that Gears could do where you say, okay, now this is something different. This is them jumping out the box. That I got.
Eliminate the pop and shoot. Eliminate the cover shooter.
No,
but it's literally a cover shooter.
Eliminate that.
Eliminate it. Okay.
It's a completely different game. It's a completely different
argument.
You don't want to be a
right? You don't have to hide behind cover. Just run out in the street and shoot. And then when you go down, we pick you up. So you don't have to hide behind a brick wall or anything. Just run outside.
Let's get these
get
shots.
shot in the head.
I got a question. Well, how do you feel about Division, though? How do you feel about Division 2 and Division?
I was thinking, I'm playing that. That's a cover shooter.
Right.
So confused here.
I don't play Division.
Okay, so you just don't like cover shooters.
It sound like some of you don't like cover shooters, though. It do sound like.
And that's okay. You don't like cover shooters. That's okay.
Yo, Gears 1 through 3, cool. You did the trilogy. Take a risk. Do something different.
They lost you after.
They did take a risk. I see the mistake. I see Gears 5 as a huge risk. Especially when you compare Gears 4 to Gears 5. They're very different games.
All right, let's get these super chats because we gonna go on forever. Shout out, I think it was Victor Alstein. He said in an
I don't even know where we start.
Yeah, was crazy. An IG interview. He said as long as he had the studio, will always be about Gears. I think with him going Coalition, will branch out with new IP. Then we got Sovereign Cognito. Right on, King. I wanted that Aphrodite Chamber Orator. Then Jonathan B. Solve the type of person to be like, why is there all this driving in Forza? Do something. Do something different.
Damn.
Take a risk, yo. Jonathan B, you stupid. JD Gamer, $10 super chat.
You can't be going at my dude like that.
Y'all going at Saul. So I'm on his square right now, son.
I'm good. I'm good. Bring on,
even though he's on some crazy stuff right now.
All the smoke. He want all the smoke.
Give me all the smoke.
I'm sick and tired of it's just more Halos, Gears, and Forza. That narrative is only allowed by Xbox fans, while PlayStation and Nintendo fans would never allow that. About
Say that.
Zelda,
Say
Uncharted,
that.
The Last of Us. He said,
13
stop.
Zeldas.
The chat is turning on Saul very strongly.
Check this out. Before we move on from that, right?
Get him, Saul.
Every single Zelda kind of reinvents itself, right? Every single Mario does the same thing.
How?
But the core of it stays there. The core of it stays the same.
Look, the only difference I've ever seen was Breath of the Wild. Every other Zelda was exactly the same way.
The gameplay core of Zelda is the same every game.
For sure.
You get the inventory, you get the sword.
No, let's be real. Saul wants a first person. He wants a first person Zelda. That's the kind of change he wants from Zelda.
Shout out to
I hope Rod Fergusson goes over to Nintendo and makes a cover-based Zelda for you.
Shout out to Aaron MJ 94. He said, fight. Dukes are up. Ravenflow, $5 super chat. If you don't want Cliffy B called Stop and Pop gameplay, you don't want Gears. Changing too much will turn Gears to something else. Addict is right. Damn.
Oh my God. I've had a history with the Ravenflow from Planet Xbox. That's the only time he's ever said I'm right. So you know what, Soph? I'm right.
Alex is shout out to Alex. I never seen him in a chat. Salute, bro. Press start. Gears needs a deeper.
We don't have to read that.
We gotta read Alex. It's too similar to 3 lanes and needs more verticality and flanking. Ooh, he agrees with Soph, especially in single player gaming. Addict. He called you out. No doubt. Oh, Erica in the chat. Oh, there's a lot of people here. She said, what she said? She said, I don't think he plays Gears like that.
People love Gears.
Wait a second. Is this stuff in color that we talking about?
Oh my God. Here we go. Those are friends in the realm. I thought I could say hi to my friends in the realm.
Hi, friends.
Shout out to the people with no color. Y'all matter too.
Exactly. No color lives matter.
No color matter too.
That put it in color.
They support the show too.
You know, you're the first person to ever throw that on Keith.
No color lives.
Put the shield up. Shout out to the friends that actually, put the color in. Thank you, friends.
Yo, what's up, man? Listen, so we're gonna move on. We definitely
don't forget that the people with no color allow you to get color. So.
Yes.
You know what? Listen. You see these shades?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can't see. Erica said, "Damn, you ain't paying. We ain't reading this like that." Salute to Erica for the win. That's
horrible.
That's the homie. But look, we got to move on from that. But we're gonna continue on this. Sharice, you would spend some bars. Lady, you would spend some bars. I need to know, as far as this whole, Rod leaving, like, is Gears in trouble? Where do you think about the impact moving forward now? Lady or Sharice, anyway.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'll go.
You go first, Sharice. You go first, Sharice. Yeah,
I think Diablo is in trouble.
Wow.
I think he set up the team I'm sure people at his studio knew that he had applied for this. He went to the process interview. I'm sure there are no secrets in this industry. So I'm sure they knew, and I'm sure he had people in place to take over if he actually got the job.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they are looking for somebody of his caliber, I think Diablo is the one that's in trouble.
No doubt, Lady.
I have to agree. Because
I agree with a good take on it.
I feel like nothing against Raw, but he's been working on a third-person cover shooter for 15 years.
Right.
Even if you're a fan of Diablo,
I feel that.
You still don't know the ins and out of that. It's like I said, I don't know everything with RodFergusson. He could have been over there sneaking some visits for the past year and a half.
Yeah.
But I feel like, it's easier to promote someone from within on Gears to make that stay on track than it is to bring someone that's led a studio that hasn't even made anything close to Diablo for 15. Well, he ain't been there for 15 years of a leadership, but you get what I'm saying.
No,
so you guys think Diablo's that much in trouble that what they've shown us so far is going to get restarted?
No.
They haven't showed us much except the opening.
They literally haven't shown us really.
And the very first movie, the
gameplay.
No.
The thing I agree completely with Sharice Solve is that, again, look at Rod's track record, what he's known for. shipping on time, getting projects completed. So,
and that's what Activision, Bethesda, and Blizzard love.
So to me,
but at the end of the day, having new blood like RodFergusson there could be what they need.
Right.
So
I hope he turns it into a cover-based shooter.
Not being petty, but here's the question now. Here's the question. Now, obviously, since this announcement went down, obviously that the names went out, and there's two questions I got to ask. One, obviously, Mike Ibarra has gone over there, so people are accusing him of poaching RodFergusson. And then the second part was obviously about, one of the OGs with the Gears franchise, which is Cliffy B. He had made put a tweet out, and it was like, "Hey, big head, I'm still in." He put it out. He put the little emoji with the winky face. He was
bring
like,
him back, because those Lamborghini payments need to be done.
So
bring him back.
Is it time to give Cliffy B a call, or is that relationship based on his lack of successes?
I don't think it's time to call Cliffy B.
I
think so.
Lady, no Cliffy.
I don't.
I think Cliffy
Who else said they don't?
I think Cliffy B needs to sit. I think Cliffy B needs to lay in his lawbreaker's coffin and call it a day.
Thank you. He was talking all that.
You literally
like a year
well,
ago.
at the end of the day,
give you a call. Hell no.
At the end of the day, Cliffy doesn't want to return as like a full blown employee. He wants to I ain't even trying to pronounce it.
He wants to
consulate.
freelance.
He wants the consulate there. He wants to talk to them about his ideals.
Y'all trying to imply that because of his
failures,
I think he's washed out.
Oh my God!
It's funny because you wash.
It's funny because like Cliffy B would be the one that I'd be like, come back in and blow everything up, right, and start fresh, right? But I kind of agree. Like Cliffy's in his own head, man. Like I don't know, he's not.
Here's the thing, I don't
breakers and the other. What was the other one?
When he did that '80s one with that was a bad. We tried to get the battle royale vibe with the '80s.
Man, like I don't know where.
All right, but what about Saul? What about that? But this he got the original blueprints, and he said he got ideas that was kid go laugh that was left on the cut room floor.
There's probably a reason.
He said he got the lost tapes. He got the lost tapes.
Listen,
he got bars, King.
I feel like listen. Anytime you're the originator of something and it take off from where it was at, give that guy a shot. I think he's been humbled. I believe he has been humbled. I know y'all saying that he was talking all this mess when he's bringing out his lawbreakers.
He was spicy. Remember, he didn't bring the Xbox.
You supposed to. You're supposed to come out there, pounding your chest. Cliffy definitely did great things for the industry. Okay, so what? He made a mistake. Everybody has their flops and stuff like that. But to say that he wouldn't be wanted, I believe that I would want him.
But what about,
I would want your ideas.
What about, do you think it's possible he may have burned too many bridges on the way out?
Hey, I think so. But sometimes, humble pie makes great men of us all. You walk that back. As you walking back in the door, you got to look those people in the eye that you kicked in the butt when you was walking out. And you got to say, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's the measure of a man. Give the man a chance to say he's sorry and let him come back. I know he burned us Xbox dudes, and he went over there with that PlayStation face, and he found out what he really feel about you. You understand? He found out how good your sauce was over there, and they didn't like your sauce. So you got a little humble pie, and I would love for you to come back and just sit down and relax. And let's get your ideas out. Let's fresh your. Let's get you back to prominence, man. I don't like to see the king on his knees like that, man.
Let's get the ladies in the room here. What y'all think about Cliffy? I'm not hearing positive responses from y'all.
Look. I'm not going to be like checking dudes' new jobs to see what games come out until I see games that come out. This is the problem with people, right? They're more focused on who goes somewhere else to work on what project instead of the actual projects that coming out. If Rod want to leave Gears, he has the right to be.
Facts.
And us as consumers, we just gonna have to. If you're a true Gears fan, I know it's heartbreaking for you, but that man been on that for 15 years.
Facts.
Don't you think? Maybe he's just tired of working on Gears. Yeah. Maybe he wants to work on something else. And same with Mike. Maybe he been on Xbox for a minute. Now he want to do something else.
But they said, they said Mike out here poaching.
Well,
no, it ain't poaching. It's hollering at your homeboy on a new come up. Because if I was Mike and I knew there was a job opportunity for someone who's capable of it, hey, Sharice, hey, what are you working at? Oh, look,
we get money over here, Sharice. Let's go.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. It's not poaching. It's like either if another company comes up to you with a proposition and a portfolio about what they want to give you as a salary, either the other company either going to match it or they're going to let it go. And that's what everybody. That's what everybody. If the man want to move to work with Blizzard, so be it. If it becomes a success, that's good. If it's not, oh well, but that's his choice that he made.
I got to keep that same energy that I give these PlayStation dudes when they heads up their companies and everything leave. All right, so I know you guys gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, King fraud and he capping out here," because RodFergusson left. Let me tell you something. It's different when you leave in the cover of night with no letter, no note, no nothing. You just wake up, your boy's gone, his clothes is gone, everything is gone. You don't know nothing about the dude. He don't even know no social media, no nothing. This is super transparent. Your man is going over to another company. You know exactly where he is and how he's going. There's nothing to hide. See, but my problem is these Sony dudes leave and nothing. Like they just get poof to the ether. So he actually took the job, and I understand. I think his boy hollered at him.
What's wrong with see? If you feel like it's poaching, then I mean, you ain't never been in a position that you got a job offer and then you had another job to match or not.
Right.
And that's
and he's that good at his job.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I really can't speak on it too much.
I had to
we're not gonna actually.
What argument we having?
But
we talk about
in regards to like RodFergusson leaving, I mean, these decisions aren't made lightly at all when it comes to someone that was in his position as being a head of a studio.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure that there's a plan in place for replacement, so on and so forth. But this is just business, and so.
Hold on, Attic. Before you, I gotta ask Delilah this though. I need to get her take on Cliffy. Is that a good move to bring him back, or nah, fam? You had your time. We good on you. Like, where you at with that?
Where I'm at with Cliffy?
Yeah, that's what I need to know.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I still feel like you holding on. That's that Madden. That's that Madden.
No. I just feel like I hate the last he has chances. Like he put out 2 games. What was it? Radical Heights, I think it was, and then the other one was Lawbreakers. And so
triple plastic.
I don't know. I'll be kind of.
Look, I'm not
like soft gloves or something. I'll be careful.
He was talking to the wrong people. He was talking.
I'm not saying that the dude can't come back. You know, if they feel like they need him and he wants the consulate for them, let the dude come out. He might got some fresh ideas. I mean, he did have 2 games that failed. Maybe he had some ideas he didn't use in that.
If anything, I like to see him do something new. I wouldn't necessarily want him.
No, we already saw his new. Go back to doing what we saw his new. You don't like his new. Keep the new over there. But what you can do, you can come back and bring back that old flavor. That new stuff. Leaving, if you come and looking to poach new stuff out here, we don't want.
You just heard that some people don't want that.
We don't
sovereign smash.
There you go. We don't listen to him. Leave him alone.
It's not my fault. Y'all don't have imagination.
It's fine.
You can't even name fun what you change though.
It's other stuff for you in there.
I feel like this is last year's E3 leak where I asked them what can change on it, and none of them can tell me anything.
Let me get this drunken ninja. They should build off of tactics as the new XCOM. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Now here's the thing. I gotta bring it back to life.
Another super chat is there.
Get that super chat for y'all. Get that super chat. Somebody get that.
Clip, is it the $5 super chat for Victor?
I believe so.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Cliffy needs a second chance. His games were rip-offs, but they were solid for double A's. Rog pushed for changing Black Tusk into Coalition, which I don't think that's accurate. I think Microsoft did that. I don't know yet. I don't know anything back there, but he wasn't tired. Look, man, the man worked on Gears for 15 years. If he wants to go do something else, just imagine that.
I've been trying to say that, but people don't want to.
15 years making one game.
Now here's the deal.
I know he's tired, Loki. I know he has to be tired. I know he. If I was
man, I
would be tired.
I didn't even do it for 15 years, and I'm tired for him.
Now here's the thing. I'm trying to sell this again to Delilah. He said, Cliffy B says the offer still stands to consult. He just wants to consult on the Gears franchise.
Not how he did
But see, here's the thing.
No.
Here's
Not how
the
he
thing.
did. No.
Damn,
Here's the
no,
thing.
Sharice.
I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm the petty.
Here's the
Wait,
thing.
let
Cliffy.
Hold on, you gotta let her say
Let
her
her
part.
finish bars.
Let her say her part, because she said something that was very integral.
If anybody has listened to our show, I am the petty one, and he literally shitted on X. Excuse me.
Sorry.
He literally said the worst things about Xbox players after he took that PlayStation money. Like, we made you do. We understand that they gave the.
Yes.
Yeah, he was
very petty.
He was way petty, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm still hurt about it. So he just got in
So what if he makes a public apology and bends the knee?
But this is the bend the knee. He said you can't move. He said Rod and I he said something about Mr. Lee Perry, who I believe was an epic designer. He said they have unused ideas still sitting on the cutting room floor. What if these ideas is fire?
That's
But what happens if they're trash and that's why they're unused?
That's trying to get in the back door. Like, that's not.
What if they told him his bars ain't
But
hot?
here's the thing.
Bars ain't
And
popping?
see, that's
Does
not even
anyone-
an apology. That's not an apology.
If-
an apology.
If you look at it from a standpoint of who he is as a person, because we all know he's a very cocky individual, and do you really think that him being as a consulate is going to work? Because he's going to want to push his ideals, and if they say no, he's going to act petty. So
that early 2000s, like, dude bro cockiness, that's not going to fly in this day. And it just
Yeah, but I love the fact that he's at the door with kind sir, please.
He's not saying that.
Right.
You
He doesn't say anything at all.
demo.
They're not asking to be
Please.
hired. They don't even want
He's
him
not saying that though,
consulting.
King. He's not saying, "Do please, sir." He's saying, "Hey,
and if you notice,
No, but
he
for
said.
him, for Cliffy
For
B,
him, that's bending the knee.
For him, that's better than
please,
me.
kind
That's
sir.
it. Yeah, that's better than
if
me.
you notice
my
too,
demo.
you know what the funny thing about this whole thing is? He said the offer's still on the table, so clearly they told him no before.
You know what they said? You know what? He's trying to get a big enough outcry to bring Cliffy back.
Yeah.
And Cliffy knew. He said, Rod left, so I think I got a shot. Cliffy.
And
Cliffy, let me tell you something, Cliffy. Cliffy, if you're listening, Cliffy, if you're listening,
Cliffy, we don't agree with his position. He's about to say.
what you need to do, Cliff, because I understand. I felt the pain when you got the bag, and you had to show loyalty to somebody that wasn't going to show loyalty to you. You didn't know they was going to do you how they did you.
Mm-hmm.
See, but I knew they was going to do you how they did you.
Mm-hmm.
See, but the house is already available for you to come back in. You know, I'm not sharing the same opinions of a lot of people here that you did wrong. But what you need to do is
But
you
that
need
Xbox
to make
thing is
that
bad,
video.
yeah.
And you need to bend the knee.
Yeah, the
you
mea
need
culpa,
to
yeah.
beg for Xbox forgiveness. And I think
We
some
know
of these
this man
family
ain't
members will
believing
bring you
that.
back. I
His
think they'll
ego's
bring you
kinda
back.
strong. His ego catcher. We got the super chat, so we got to move on. Ravenflow $2 super chat. I love Cliff, but he's a pretty princess. It's true. Petty princess. Yo, slow mo with the $5 super chat. Phil and Booty need to ask Ibarra if he'd like to also poach Shannon Larkin. Come on, Bonnie Ross and Greenberg 2 addition by subtract. Come on, slow.
Wow.
Slow. Not like this.
Look,
Not
man,
like this, slow.
Look, we do not agree with what Slow Mo just said.
Who
Definitely
got
don't
sorry
agree.
Cognito? Who got sorry Cognito?
Cognito with the $5 super chat. Robbie waking up screaming, "Locust!" Now he sold his soul to the devil. AK.
Well, watch them have new enemies in Diablo that look just like the Locust, but they're not called Locusts.
108 Dragon with the $2 super chat. No to Cliffy B arrogant. But he was back in. No.
Damn.
I didn't realize Xbox fans were in their feelings like that over
But-
Cliffy.
I didn't know that either, but I didn't know what Sharice.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you, bro.
Shout out to the 200.
like that.
It's not that-
right now. Shout out to the
Hit that like.
201. Let's hit those likes,
Hit that
guys.
like.
Let's get
See,
this.
I didn't know.
It's not that-
thing with the Sharice.
Yeah, he said
It's
some
not-
stuff on Twitter. He
I'm
should
not-
like he went in on.
I'm not in my feeling. I just don't care. Like, I feel like Gears is going to be on track. You know, I am a little worried since RodFergusson's gone, but at the same time, you know, I do feel like they'll promote from within. I have no clue who they'll do it. I don't think it's going to divert too much on the tracks. I don't know. We'll have to see when Gears 6 comes out. Even if they make a Gears 6, they could be doing a new IP. Who knows? But at the same time, like, this man has went out on Twitter and he's been extra. he is almost on the same level as that dude from Platinum Games that blocks people from speaking English. All right, so you can't go out and be this extra all the time and then be going, yo, Microsoft, we know RodFergusson just left, and I know that you're a little bit worried about I'm here. You can do it right here. I need a job.
You don't think it's sincere enough.
I feel like you don't handle real business on Twitter. Like you just don't.
Feel facts.
You shouldn't.
I agree with that.
You shouldn't.
I agree with that. Look, we got to move on. This is a fun.
That's because Microsoft ain't returning his email.
That's probably what it sounds like. The fact that he got to resort to Twitter speaks volumes. That does kind of speak volumes that he can't get in contact most likely. But anyway, we're going to move on. Look, we got 2 of them. We got to wrap up because we're going super late. Saul, we want to make this the last one, which is the
yeah, of course.
Let's do the Rockstar. Let's get about
Speaking of people leaving companies, so this past week, DanHouser, one of the 2 co-founders of Rockstar Games, it was indicated by Take-Two that they didn't make Rockstar themselves didn't even put out a statement. It was Take-Two that put out a statement to the investors indicating that DanHouser would be permanently leaving in March. So being that DanHouser was the one that was most responsible for narrative and the story and overall sort of like direction of where GTA has gone and where Red Dead is going, what do you guys think about this? Do you think it changes the way Rockstar does things? Do you think it affects how narrative is sort of handled in GTA games and Red Dead games moving forward? Or do you think it's going to be business as usual?
I'm going to jump on this first. I say I don't care about Rockstar. Phil, get on the phone. DanHouser is out here. You got to get in the DMs. You got to do what you got to do.
Part of me feels like he's retiring, but the other part of me feels like he can definitely be poached.
Lead writer of GTA and Red Dead is out here loose. Back the truck up. Give him a studio. Do what you got to do, Phil. I honestly do not care what's going on with Rockstar. That's their business. My thing is, holla at your boy. That's DanHouser out here. Free agency. LeBron is out here. Free agency. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I got to say. I'm petty. Continue, y'all.
What happens if he did show up at Microsoft? You think that would be a huge highlight?
Somebody.
Because what happens if he ended up taking over the coalitions?
What happens if he goes to Sony and opens up a studio?
Exactly. Somebody better back the
because Sony looking spooky right now. I'm joking.
Well,
he might just
they still in a position to purchase studios and put studios in places. So let's not act like they're not out here working with dollars too.
I feel like they spent their whole rent money on Sunset Overdrive's developers and Sony.
It's probably so, but I feel him leaving Rockstar really doesn't change anything at all. I think they're gonna continue business as usual. The man is filthy rich. So
apparently he was a big person there, though.
And then
he's one of the biggest reasons that GTA is where it is.
This is what I'm saying. The crunch culture, that it was his 4 or 5 man team that was working them hours going to,
right.
So he was the one that gets busy hands on.
So you want to have him in charge of the crunch culture?
Let's do this.
Wait, you want the man that invented the crunch?
No, he invented the crunch. He was working to get it done. He didn't say, "Yo, I got to do it," but he was in there with his sleeve up.
But so his name is on the deck, though.
Yeah,
his name is on deck. And crunching people. Wait, time out. Okay, Phil, don't touch him.
Nah, you bugging.
Phil, if he's the crunch master, we don't need no crunches over here.
Phil gotta say, look, man, we gonna throw you this.
Look, man, we all know there's crunch going on at Microsoft. Let's stop that.
But at least we ain't getting the guy that invented the crunch.
He didn't invent the crunch.
I mean, we want the guy that invented the crunch. I'm sorry. I mean, you're highly successful, sir. But maybe your crunch technique might work over Sony.
Crunch technique.
You're highly.
Why do you keep saying that? Why do you keep saying that you're gonna crunch?
I don't know where he's getting it.
Like where's he getting that from? Because his crunch.
It's good for his narrative right now. So
okay.
Exactly.
Shout out to Grounded Gamer. He was the head writer. Thank you, Fonzarelli. Thank you.
Yo, I mean, if you look at everything at Rockstar,
the only thing I want to know is
now. Everything goes to the Houser brothers. Like, final word on anything, gameplay, story. It went to the Houser brothers.
Yeah.
Who's to say he's not at Microsoft right now?
The only thing I want to know.
Who's to say he's not there right now? People don't leave these positions for no reason, as we can see with RodFergusson. Who's to say? He
I got
probably
JD. I got
starting
JD
that
right
stuff
quick.
now.
I like this one, JD. I'm with Cognito. Back to
I don't got it.
The only thing I want to know that's very vital if I want him to go to Microsoft or not. Did he work on that trash Red Dead Redemption 2?
Wait,
ladies, you
ladies, please
wanted
get
to
him.
hang up on me before, please.
I'm sorry. Sir, you played Red Dead 2?
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Yes, I did.
Just gotta confirm.
Yes, I did. Go look at those achievements, Saul.
His head hurts anytime he has to read too much. Right?
Yo.
It does, man. It does. You be seeing me read these super chats. It does hurt my head a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't gonna be
No,
doing
you're not gonna do
it.
that, man. Look, Red Dead was a great game. It was long enough. It was worth $60.
It put me to sleep every time I turned it
Well,
on.
it put you to sleep. Good for you. It put you to sleep.
Hey, look. So you know what? You know what? Never mind. Red Dead's
I
good.
enjoyed it.
I don't need.
it.
You know
I
what?
enjoyed it.
Red Dead's good. I'm sorry. Just because of Red Dead, I don't have to buy stuff like NyQuil anymore. I don't have to go to the doctors anymore.
Yo, slow-mo on your head.
Just put some gameplay of Red Dead. I'm out in 10 minutes.
What did you say before? You said anytime you gotta put it in cinematic mode to make it look good. What did you say?
You're not gonna be hating on Red Dead. That story was great.
He wrote
I can
all
see.
he was the lead writer on every GTA up into that plus Red Dead. So he didn't just write Red Dead, right?
GTA.
So, this is the thing.
Man, if he wrote Red Dead, I think the damage has been done. He needs to go.
This is the thing, right? So one side of me tells me like Rockstar is just a machine. It's gonna be business as usual, right? But without him there and without that thing where everything that happens at Rockstar goes through both Houser brothers,
it's gonna be a different change, man.
It's gonna be
which brother is the better brother.
Sam Houser's about business. He's not
brother against brother.
He's not really that dude.
Yo, imagine if that's how it went, man. Imagine
the creative brother left.
It seems like a really bad movie. Like one brother goes to another company.
It was a bad movie. They had a Rockstar movie with Harry Potter as Sam Houser.
Look, I feel like everyone over there at Rockstar, they're all corrupted because they made Red Dead. Just throw them all in the bushes. We don't need
I'm
none.
just saying, look. You may, if you don't like Red Dead, that's fine, but you're not going to sit here and tell me it's trash. I played the second one. Y'all cannot tell me that. That might, if I ain't got no taste, I guess I ain't got no taste, but I sure enjoyed them games. I sure enjoyed them games.
What if that Red Dead? I mean, not the Red. What if the new Grand Theft comes out and it's better than the last?
Oh, stop!
Without him,
stop!
It has to be better than the last. You can't come out with GTA 6 and be worse than GTA 5.
I know.
What if he legit don't need his brother and he just told him get out of here?
All I know is
the official announcement is Take-Two stock have slumped officially since he has left. They're already down the 6% in a single day since the brother left.
Yeah, they stock went hella down. I'm like, okay.
So his brother whole weight out here in these streets.
He got weight like that.
If people got money to buy in some Take-Two stock, man, you want to buy that before it goes back up when they drop that GTA 6.
Get my first free stock on Rockstar.
Get your first free. That's right. Delilah and Sharice, I need to know what y'all feel on this whole thing.
As far as Dan, what's his name?
DanHouser.
DanHouser leaving. I mean, they say he's been gone for a while since spring last year. So it's something that they've pretty much already got used to him not being around, not being there, and that was probably part of the reason as to why they did it this way.
You know what? Since he's
I think the cut.
I'm sorry.
I don't think this is not really going to affect the game too much, or whatever other games are that they're working on. As far as where he goes, no one. I don't know. I mean, both of them are good.
Would you be? Would you think Phil should hit him up or no?
I don't know.
He's got that Red Dead stench. You'll leave him alone.
Stop it. Right. Looking at the financials, I wouldn't call it too big of a stench, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter. It's still
the man that plays Kingdom Hearts.
I told you. He said this is a man that plays Kingdom. Yeah, you stupid.
I told you,
Kingdom Hearts shaving out early.
But see, I mean, if it does happen that way, it wouldn't be a new thing. Like, let's say just how they gave Daryl Gallagher his own studio. If they was to do something like that with DanHouser, I think that would be pretty cool. As a fan, just speaking solely from a fan, I don't know anything. But yeah.
All right, Sharice,
these people in the chat realize I'm joking, right? Like, I don't like
Probably
the
not.
game, but I'm not this extra for no reason. Like,
Well, I actually purchased the game. I wish
How
it
we
came
feeling
out
about
Game
this,
Pass,
Sharice?
but-
DanHouser leaving?
It honestly, it doesn't bother me.
Mhm.
On it, because everybody loves GTA 5. Never played it.
Mm.
I
Is it
just played
Game
it when they
Pass?
got on Game Pass, so shout out to Game Pass for that one.
That's right.
Mhm.
So I don't have this history with this series that everybody loves. My first Red Dead was Red Dead 2.
Mhm.
It was nice. I enjoyed it. I don't see why people think it's a bad game, but we don't comment on that. So if this man maybe he just wants to take a vacation and not deal with this crap anymore. I don't know. Do you, boo? If not, get your bag, get the highest bag you can. I am not gonna hate on that. If you want to come to Microsoft, come right on. Just let's not wait for a game every 6 years. That take too long. I got other stuff to do.
Oh my God!
Like speed your timeline up.
Every decade, you got a new game every 10 years.
Rush the masterpieces, Sharice. We gotta rush them.
Now, I will say this though.
Look
like,
here,
that is
Russian
something that
is like if you
can-
make a game in like a year and a half. That's
but
look at Anthem for that right there.
no,
But it should not take 6-7 years.
I'm about
game.
this, man. I hate Anthem just as much as Red Dead. Let's go.
Disrespect on development, Sharice. The pure disrespect. I feel you. I guess so. So no Phil sliding in the DMs on this. Clearly.
No, he can slide in, man. If they
Not
want to
the
give him a
thing
studio, like give him a studio. Like, because at the end of the day, Red Dead might not have been the biggest game to me, but it did appeal to a huge amount of people. Like everyone in the chat is saying addict. I read it. And if he appealed to that many people, give him another game, make another horse simulator. I don't care. Like,
it's funny
That's
how
the thing, though. He
both
is
of you and I is saying the same thing, but they only going at you.
I'll be the bad guy. I'm used to it.
But he's the dude that can really walk in there with a blank check and be like, "All right, put down the number, and I'll tell you if it's
I'll
fine."
tell you if it's doable, right? But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, we got to get up out of here. This is a funny show. To get show, we will skip the last gen, get right into the poll, and roll new ILP poll with the recent statements by Phil Spencer that Xbox views Amazon and Google as their main competitors going forward. Do you think this is a mistake by Microsoft to not include Sony and Nintendo as direct competitors? The choices are A, yes, Xbox is being dominated by Sony and Nintendo in the console space. They need to focus on exclusives first. B, no, cloud infrastructure is the long-term play for the future. Phil is ahead of the curve. Or C, I don't care until Stadia and Amazon actually get some games. That is the question. Those are the vote. Please rock that when that goes up, most likely Monday or Tuesday. The ladies of Grown Women Gaming in the building. IOP collabo lit. Where can
think
I
this
find
is-
people for? What's up?
This is the first collabo we've had in a long time
long
with
time.
another podcast.
Yeah. Where can the fine people find you? Let's start with Lady Infamous. Where can the fine people find what you got going on?
I want to thank everyone in the chat for coming through and showing us love. Grown Women Gaming audience, y'all, I see y'all coming through. Much love. Thank you guys for everyone in the panel for inviting us, and thank you for my lovely panel, Grown Women in the building. You already know. You can check me on Twitch, Lady_Infamous 415, and you can check me on Twitter, Lady_Infamous 30. Thank you so much for your hospitality. We appreciate it.
Much love.
Yes.
We already know, long overdue. Lady Delilah in the building, finally in the round. Long overdue. Where can the
Yes,
fine
thank
people
you
find
for the invite. I do appreciate it. Thanks everyone in the chat for rocking out with us. The chat's been very lit. We appreciate the love. Every once in a while on Saturdays, come check us out on Grown Women
Yes.
Gaming. Saturdays noon
Mm-hmm.
Eastern, 9 Pacific. We're there every Saturday usually, except for this week, obviously because of the Iron Lords. But yeah, thank you. And you guys can catch me on Twitter, Delilah_HD, and I'll be around.
Salute. She's out here in these streets. And of course, ladies, she's keeping it spicy today. Extra spice, ladies. What is going on? Where can the fine people find you?
First of all, again, thank y'all for having us. Your chat has been awesome. Y'all have been awesome. Like I follow y'all on Twitter, but y'all are like on another level, and y'all are crazy. I'm kind of still hurt about that Gears comment, but it's okay. It's okay.
We gotta forgive Saul. We gotta forgive Saul. He was in his feelings today.
I don't know. He's gonna have to work on that.
I love y'all, but you're wrong. That's all.
I love y'all, but you're wrong.
But yes, you can find me on Twitter at Sharice_. I am always lurking. I'm always on OWN. You can find me on Xbox, same place, Sharice. Again, I told y'all I lurk. I'm on Mixer at Sharice.
I love it. Good to you, Sharice.
Hey, honestly, that's how you find out stuff. People don't know you. They say how you're back.
Her lurk game is on fleek. No doubt.
Yes, again, thank y'all for having us. It was awesome. It was a blast.
Yeah, have fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Love having y'all. We definitely got to do it again one time, too. Salute, of course, L Boogie, regular of the realm, regular of Roundtable with the stream team with my boy, Lord Petey. They usually rock Mondays and Tuesdays. That is family right there. So salute to L. I know she couldn't go through the whole show, but she stayed in. We were rocking. And again, absolute pleasure. Salute the ladies of the realm. Please support them every Saturday. You heard it, 12 p.m. Eastern, you know what I'm saying? Please rock them. They out here. They moving and shaking. Grown women opinions. They really play these games, y'all. Ain't no frauding. They really out here. So please support them. The ladies of the realm. We'd like to see you continue to grow and see what you're doing. So that is what's up. Salute on that. Lord Addict out here spicy with the Red Dead talk. All type of drama today. What's going on, man? Where can people find you?
You can find me at on Twitter at LordAddictILP. You can find me on, I don't even know the numbers on Xbox these days. I'm Lord Addict something. If it's like a 4 with 4 other digits, then that's me.
Just went crazy. I don't know what the hell happened.
Was something wrong with my mic?
No, you good now.
No, I'm talking about on Xbox. I never seen you have all those little numbers behind.
Oh yeah,
it's because I had because some dude that got on Xbox Live 6 years ago and never logged on again took Lord Addict, so I got to get the numbers.
Wow.
So
what the hell's going on?
We're gonna get Dan McCullough on. We're gonna have to work on this.
Definitely follow that. You know, and you know what? I want to shout out to the chat. You guys have been extremely supportive today. Hit that like button if you guys don't mind. You know, I'm gonna put our guests Twitter in the chat. Definitely go follow them. You know, they've been great guests. I'm calling them the counter versions of the Lords right now. It's official.
Ladies of the realm.
Ladies of the realm.
Ladies of the realm. I like that.
I like that. That's what's up. Put the ladies of the realm there. Put the YouTube up in there. Shout out to Philly Eagle. He was like, yo, I'm supporting them right now, subscribing right now. That's what's up. That's what we want to see. You know, that means a lot to us.
You.
So we got that. And then Lord Sovereign. Happy that you returned for Switch Talk, but I don't think they were happy for your Gears Talk. Where can people find you? What you have going on, sir?
No doubt. You guys can find me on Twitter, LordSovILP, and BX Sovereign on PSN and Xbox Live. A big shout out to the Grown Women again. Like, you ladies really are fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Like Addict said, you guys go out there and follow them. We got the opportunity to meet these ladies last year. Rooftop parties, you know.
Hey, wait, y'all back?
We know we're coming back.
We already booked. We ready.
Oh, we booked.
We got the cold sack on deck.
Oh, we lit. Oh, it's gonna be lit. I'm gonna raise you up in there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we all gonna be there.
Oh, we gonna take the pick and all that. ILP, ladies. Oh, it's gonna be lit. We gonna be lit.
Yes.
You guys are absolutely fantastic. Great to have you on the show. What else? One more thing. Oh yeah, Gear sucks.
Oh my God! Saul being petty. Yo, Ravenflow, he said rooftop. He says that exclude. Look at Ravenflow trying to find out the information of where the party at. He said rooftop. Wait, I ain't talking about it. Y'all streaming out there? What's going on out there?
It is exclusive, so
he said, can Patreon see the rooftop party? I'm dead.
You can see the pictures later on.
That's an exclusive. You're gonna have to ask King if he gonna film that. That's I don't know if that's a different level right there. If we give it that to subscribe.
Hey King, you better tell them it's invite only, fam.
That's invite only.
You know what it is.
No doubt, Lord King, you might have to get that to them, man. You know, better bring the GoPro up.
Oh, you know, last year what I didn't like, I didn't like a couple of things. I think a video should have been done to show that, you know, people actually do get together and they actually are on one accord, because it's something special to behold, to see all the people that you know that are influencers of all colors. It's not, let's keep it real. Everybody's up there doing one thing, their passion, and their passion has no color. So you know, we definitely have a great time. It gets a little cold, the blankets come out, and that's when the king.
It is a little chilly on that rooftop part.
But let's start this off right with the turn the beat around. They're gonna at you, baby. Let it turn.
That new KOS is up, LordsOfGaming.net right now. Talk about it.
Yes. So go check that out. You know, the Green Goblin should get as much love as the Joker. And trust me, he is worse than the Joker. He killed Gwen Stacy very early on. I want to give a shout out to Grown Women Gaming.
Woo.
These women actually really game. Is no joke. It's not no hyperbole when I'm telling you this stuff, guys. Oh, little known fact. That video that went viral of me playing xCloud, Delilah was shooting the video.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So everywhere you turn, she's there. She's in the mix. So listen. These are real gamers, not just women gamers. They're gamers. All right. So just take that women name out of it, and they're gamers. All right. So let's get that stigma out of here. It was a great show. I was so happy when I knew you guys was coming on, because a light needs to be shined on you guys. All right. So go sign up. Go follow them on Twitter, and make sure that you watch at least 2 shows so you can get a feel exactly what's going on. You'll be hooked.
Support the realm. You already know. And like I said before, when they were kind enough to have me on the show, it's like, GWG, they out here in these streets, y'all. Like, they're out here. I keep telling people, there's a lot of gamers that are not outside. They're not at the events. They're not at the shows. You know what I mean? And they're out here. There's always a pleasure running into them every year. You know what I'm saying? Rooftop or not, or just moving and shaking. You know what I'm saying? It's always cool to see. And again, really happy to have you guys in the realm. This was a ton of fun. Please make sure you support and subscribe to the channel. Listen to a couple episodes and see what they talk about. They are definitely for real. ILP certified ladies of the realm. You already know. And that's all I got. Everybody, look, enjoy your Sunday. Please support LordsOfGaming.net. We really appreciate that. That really helps us. PAX East is approaching. We're hoping to have some special guests, maybe a week or 2 coming in before that. But that's all I got. Attic, anything for you? That's it. You good?
We are, you know, in the early things of scheduling a community night. So keeping that. It's early. Like, we ain't got a date on anything, but I just figured I'd go ahead and announce it.
No doubt. Shout out to Stick Figure.
Yeah, so those people that are either Patreon or that have joined the realm, you guys are the ones that Attic will be talking to and talking about. Oh, and I joke around with you know, putting color in chat. That's an absolute joke. I read a lot of Christopher Hard stuff, and we know Christopher Hard don't pay. So
salute for pocket shaming him. Salute.
Yeah, no, but I definitely appreciate every last one of these people that are in here, and your time is the currency that I love.
Facts, no Thank doubt. You. Salute to Gene. Oh, my boy Gene. Already know G37 from Long Day in the building. Stick Figure in the building. Look, everybody enjoy your Sunday. We are out of here until next week.